Okay, guys, let's see how the quality is of this. Hello, hello. We're live again. Awesome. Seems like the second time is always the charm. I don't know what that is. Just a fuzzy screen. Deal with it. Much better. Okay. All right. Waited another couple of seconds for people to dive in their day. Tell me how your day was going. How was your brainstorming? How was your market validation experience? Tell me how your day went and last night went if you stayed up late implementing. Tell me, tell me, tell me. And I'm also going to drop in the chat, which I said I was going to do yesterday. Hang on. It doesn't let me through here, but tonight, I swear, I will post in there the link to the heat press that I bought. I copied it and it's in my clipboard, but I didn't post it in the chat. But I will tonight. Promise. In fact, let me see if I can do that while we're waiting for people to come in. I see Caitlin in here. Come on in, guys. Here we go. Interesting. Hello, hello. When you get in here, say hello, please, so I know you're here. Say hello so I know you're here. So challenge. Oops, no, not in there. The challenge should be live in here right about, yeah. Lara, there's Lara. Awesome. Okay. Dribble drabble in here. Tell me how your brainstorming went last night and today. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about your experiences, guys, as I have my evening York peppermint. So, how was your experience with validating your niche market last night and today? What happened? What did you discover? Tell me in the chat. We're doing this mug today. It's got little hearts in it. And it says, I think I'll just be happy today. When you get here, say hello in the chat. Caitlin says, I have a ton of ideas and feel better about validating niche markets. Good, good, good. Unfortunately, I did not get into finding or looking at products for those niches. It's okay. They will start to appear. They will start to appear. Facebook user says, enlightening. Never realized such passionate group of mini pig owners. Who'd have thunk? But they are. And it's okay that you don't actually have to have a mini pig, although I think you said in the post or in a message you sent me that you're thinking about getting a mini pig now in order to sell to a niche market. It doesn't have to be a niche market you're passionate about, because it's not about us. It's about the potential customer, right? It's about who we're trying to sell to, or who we want to create a bundle for, and then they'll organically buy because we've really started to dig into that market and understand who they are and what they want, what their passions are, and what their problems are. So if you get a mini pig, super cool. I want to see it. But you don't have to. Don't have to. Okay, so who else? What's been your experience in the past 24 hours digging into the research and the validation of the market and starting to look for products to maybe create some niche bundles for that market? Tell me about your experience in the chat. Ian, are you in here yet? Let's give a moment for Bill. Let me look on my phone here and make sure people are able to get in. Lara says a lot of products on Etsy and Amazon. Yep. Lara says a lot of products. All right. You guys in here? Okay, Caitlin says it might actually be, there we go, a benefit to not be in your passionate niche because you go into it more open and don't have a specific lens that you're viewing it through. I love that insight. That's wonderful. Yes, I would agree with you. You can be more dispassionate instead of talking yourself into doing a specific bundle because you like it. You're looking at the numbers and using the numbers and the data and the statistics to validate your niche and your bundle. Charmel says, I'm having trouble identifying the problem. You know what? Switch it up. Go to another niche, right? Try another niche. There are tons out there. If you have to force something into a niche, it might not be a good one to go after. If there are not obvious problems to solve, then try another niche. Facebook user says, but only individual ones, not bundles. A lot of products on Etsy and Amazon. I think it's Lara, but only individual ones, not bundles. Yay. Oh, that's a blue ocean for you right there, Lara. Charmel said them having many ideas, not sure if they're solving a problem. So they don't have to necessarily solve a problem. They can also feed a passion. Remember, we want our bundles to feed a passion or solve a problem, but they don't have to do both. A lot of my bundles only feed a passion. And Facebook user says, I'm still not sure what are good numbers. So I think I mentioned yesterday, there is no calculation. I wish there was. A plus Z times X equals that divided by with the sub, whatever. It doesn't work like that. Some of it is, let me gather data, see if there's enough people in a passionate niche. There's not like 3 people a month searching for something, but we got to go to 500 to 1,000 people that we validate it with a Facebook. Does it have a Facebook group? Does it have a social media following for that niche on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or any of the social media channels? If it looks like there's a good amount of stuff going on and there's a good amount of products being offered to it, but nobody's really putting a bundle together to wow them, then that might be a good market for you to go into. Okay, don't look for a specific number, like there has to be 5,000 users in a Facebook group. No. That's not what we're not looking for an exact number. We're just looking for a general enough volume. Okay, I hope that helps. Alina, what is the max weight and max amount of items? I think you asked about the max amount of items that you should put in a bundle. I ship out FBM orders, smaller and lighter weight, better cost for sellers. So those are metrics. Absolutely. Those are part of the numbers that we look at. There are no maximum or minimum amount of pieces in a bundle because when you think like a customer, remember this is not about the product or the bundle. This is about, we only put in our bundle, could just be 2 pieces, what serves the purpose or feeds the passion for the end user. So if you're solving their problem or feeding their passion with a 2-item bundle, then that's all you should have in there. There's no set, you have to have 6 pieces in a bundle. No, that's not how it works. If the 2 pieces you have, it still feels like there's something missing, you want to ask yourself the 3rd question in our triad. And the triad again is, who would buy this? Why are they buying it? And what else do they need or want? Then think about expanding the bundle out. If it still feels like it's kind of half, maybe it's not really hitting on all cylinders. Max weight, max amount, that's up to you. As your weight and your physicality of that bundle goes up, of course, your shipping costs are going to go up. So depending on the price of your bundle, like if I have a bundle of garden tools and it's a bigger, heavier bundle, but I'm getting $99 for it, then that offsets the extra weight and the amount of items, etc. If you're selling a gift bundle for $24.99, then you need to make sure that it's small and light enough so that you're making profit, right? So there is no max weight. There is no minimum weight. There is no max amount of items or minimum amount of items. It's going to be different for every bundle. And that's why we have that bundle spreadsheet. So you can plug in your numbers ahead of time before you buy one piece of product. And as you start adding products to your bundle, if it looks like, boy, this could be pretty heavy because I got a coffee mug in there and I've got this in there and that, then ask yourself this question. What can I put in place of the heavier items that would still serve the purpose of this bundle, solving a problem or feeding a passion of my market? What else can I put in there? Could I put maybe a smaller mug, or could I put a porcelain mug, which might be lighter than the ceramic mug, just as an example. So there is no maximum or minimum weight or amount of items. And then you ship FBM. I do a lot of FBM too. And smaller and lighter weight, better cost for sellers, but you're looking at the wrong metric. Because if I'm selling, like sold a pair of leggings on Etsy today for $16.99, really light, the package is like this big when I fold them up, as opposed to selling a $99 bundle with more things in it, that's going to cost me more to ship, but I'm making more money on it. So don't look at, I want to only have lighter weight products so I don't have to pay much in shipping, because your price point on that product might be a lot less. Look at all of the numbers. Just because shipping costs more because you have a larger, heavier bundle, but you're charging 3-4 times more than you would for a lighter bundle, look at all the numbers. Does that make sense, Alina? Facebook user says, I knew nothing about miniature pigs, but see that often people buying them don't know what's involved with a new pet piggy. They see that cute little pig and they're like, oh, I want one, right? And realize then it doesn't actually use a litter box. I don't know, maybe they do, for all I know, but I think that's a good, valid point, and some bundle ideas right there. There's things called puppy packs. I think I mentioned this in another video, where breeders will send home a pack of things like a blanket and some toys and a heartbeat pillow and some snacks. When they sell a puppy to somebody, they send that home with the puppy to the new family, and they take the blanket and they rub it on the mom. I bet you could do a piggy pack. If you searched Etsy for puppy packs, you'll see some that are really poor, just really junk. You can tell they sourced from the Dollar Tree and it's just junk. Bet you, if you did a puppy pack, that it's the same concept, but it's for brand new pig owners. That sounds like a fun idea. So it's a passion and a problem, thinking a start out kit for people buying mini pigs. There we go. I had not read that when I was answering your first question. So that's exactly what I just said. That's absolutely. Charmel says, I have a niche that would be good for Cratejoy. Ooh, how do you go about advertising for Cratejoy? Yikes. So doing off Amazon advertising to your own website or Cratejoy is a whole nother topic outside of the length of the 7-day challenge here for bundling. We can talk a little bit about how to push traffic to wherever your product is. It's all going to be the same no matter where your product is. So I would use Facebook ads, social media, Instagram ads, and just start pushing traffic over to Cratejoy, or preferably your own Shopify store that has an email opt-in box. I could do an entire training just on that, on building an email list, building social media followings, and then driving your own traffic to your own product. So I would start with Facebook ads and a Facebook page. And if you're familiar and comfortable with Instagram, I would also do that on Instagram. But instead of driving people straight to buy your product, put an opt-in page in between. We talked about this in the VIP lesson the other night, Charmel, where you want to get like an email service provider where you can create an opt-in page to grab their email addresses before you send them to the product. And that way you can market them ad infinitum. Does that make sense? So I'd love to answer that question in depth, and that could be an entire another challenge. Let's focus on bundling for today, and ask that question in the group. And then if I have time tomorrow, I'll give you a couple of ideas to go explore driving your own traffic to Cratejoy. Who else went to Cratejoy and dug into just looking at some other bundles and niches and the products that are in there? Sorry, Charmel, I would love to be able to cover everything. I do have I've got a 90-day coaching program that I offer that's outside of this, where we actually build a business from niche product or niche market to product creation to email list building to marketing, all of it. So we can talk about that a little bit later in order to get in depth on the how to build a following. So who else went to Cratejoy? I love Cratejoy, and looked at the inserts, the packaging. Now we're starting to transition into how do I competition proof my bundle, which if you've done the work in the past 5 days, which it looks like all of you have, I'm so I hate to say I'm proud of you because it sounds a little condescending, and I don't mean it to be condescending, but I'm really proud of you. You're all just digging in and doing the work, and that's what's going to make the difference in your business. Just take action, and you are. So if you've taken action during this week, the competition proofing has already happened. You've already started building a bundle out in your head where you are, number one is source products from different suppliers. Don't go to one supplier and source all your products. You've already started competition proofing your bundle. But there's other things you can do. We touched last night on packaging, and there's so many ways to package. I'm going to show you. I ran around my warehouse today and I picked some things up just to give you ideas of things that I have done and will do to competition proof just by adding some fun packaging. I showed you these yesterday from the Dollar Tree. It's actually, how fun is that, right? That can use packaging. And then I think I showed you this too, the little pickleball one. This cute little pickleball box, and I got them off of Amazon. They were already pre-printed, already done. So there's a lot of niche packaging that you don't even have to pay to customize. It's already done. Just Google it and go on Amazon and look for bulk boxes in whatever your niche is and see what comes up. And then one of my favorite types of packaging is, I love these bags. So does anybody know what this material is called? I'm drawing a blank. I've got a whole big thing back there, pink ones and blue ones. They're like mesh bags, but that's not the name of it. And this is the bundle that I have. This is a wine glass in there. It's a blingy wine glass. And then the target market. Before I tell you what the bundle is, I'm always going to tell you who's the target market. And I want you to think like that too. Instead of just telling me where the bundle is, I want you to tell me who your market is first, and then tell me about the bundle. So this is a birthday gift. This is probably a birthday gift or a teacher gift, or it's definitely a wine lover's gift, and probably for a mom who's a little bit harried, right? It could also be a bridesmaid gift or a bride gift. So it says, I make wine disappear. What's your superpower? And it's a cute blingy wine glass. It's hard to see, but it's got all this bling on it. And then I put a flask. Oh, and by the way, her personality, the lady who's going to get this as a gift, her personality is kind of snarky and sarcastic and funny. All right. Much like some of us in here. And this is a flask, a metal flask that says, I'm not as think as you drunk I am. And then it comes with that little added. This is a wine bottle opener tool, and it says wine a lot. Let me get my glasses on so I can read this. It says wine a lot. I wine a lot. It makes me feel better. And you notice that they all have that lime green color. And then I have multiple variants of both the wine bottle opener tool and the flask. So I have pink ones. Here's another one. And this is a glass that says fabulous at 50. Blingy wine glass, fabulous at 50. So clearly we know who this is for. A lady who's turning 50 who loves wine. And it says, bad decisions make good stories. That's the flask on this one. And you notice the color matches. And then the color on this matches. And it says her wineness. And then on this one, I included a gift bag for a wine bottle. Because when you give this gift to your 50-year-old friend, you're probably going to give her, there's a good chance you're going to give her a bottle of wine along with it, right? So I included a fun wine thing that says Pop Fizz, but it's not just a regular wine bag. It's not a boring one. It's got like little confetti in it. It's really cute. It says Pop Fizz Clink. It's really cute. So there's the bundle, and then I just put it in this bag. And then to ship it, I have these, I love the tab top boxes, right? So I have a tab top box that perfectly fits this bundle. It's the larger one. Okay, so what else? Did you know you could customize socks? These are socks with pineapples on them. These are socks. You could have socks printed with whatever design you want on it.
This is a flamingo. These are flamingo socks. And what I love when anytime I do something with a coffee mug, I put socks. I have a hedgehog bundle over there that I put socks with. Pretty much anything that's got a coffee mug, I put socks. And the reason is because aside from the fact that they're just cute, and you picture the Target Market, just here's the hedgehog bundle. Target Market sitting there and drinking their coffee. They've got their feet up and the socks on. That's how I envision it. So here's the finished bundle. There's the finished bundle. And it is a hedgehog coffee mug, a little plush hedgehog keychain, and there are the socks, and it's got another keychain, and it's got some stickers. There's the hedgehog coffee mug bundle. So there are the socks that go in it. And they fit perfectly. That's the second reason. You can roll them up and put them right inside of the mug. So it reduces the shipping space. Okay, so that's an idea. You can customize socks. Where do you get so Caitlin, where you are going to get your socks printed is you're going to go to Google and you're going to type in. What are you going to type in Google? I want to teach you how to fish instead of giving you fish. What are you going to type in Google? Anybody? Custom printed socks. Socks custom printing. That's it. And bonus, if you find a place that's closer to you, because it'll save on shipping. You should search bad hedgehog cake. What? Bad hedgehog cakes? It's very funny if you ever need a laugh. Is that like one of those things where you see somebody who's decorating a cake or they're making a craft product and you watch the TikTok video and it just looks beautiful and then you go and try it yourself? Oh, gingerbread houses for me. They always look really pretty on the box, and then when I put one together, it is a mess. And then you post it up next to a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and you just put nailed it. Is that what you're talking about? Bad hedgehog cakes? Anyway, that's what came to mind when you said that. Socks, custom printing. Exactly. Wholesale, notchville. Custom sock printing. Exactly. So I want you to get in the habit of instead of asking where do you get them printed, I want you to go straight to Google and ask Google, because I'm not always going to be available to you, and I might not always know the answer. And where you're getting your stuff printed might be different because it's closer to you or you find a better place than I do. Think about it. If I told you I get my socks printed here, but as opposed to telling you to go find your own, let's say you find a place that's close to you and is cheaper prices. You have cheated yourself out of money by just relying on where anybody tells you to source. Always try to find second and third opinion, right? Okay, so there's some socks ideas. Another thing you can have custom printed. Now, I didn't have this custom printed, but I know you can. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I put these with any set of bed sheets that I sell. I manufacture bed sheets. Wake Me Up for Wine. So it's just a little eye mask, and it's embroidered. And these are so easy and cheap. If you go to Alibaba, you can get little eye masks printed. Not just, I would do the embroidery instead of the printing because it's just kind of a nicer feel. So you can customize anything you want on them. These are fun. This is a fluffy pencil or makeup bag, and it's got a unicorn on it. But it's big, it's fluffy. The unicorn it's like these appliques that are sewn on, and it can be used for either a makeup bag or a pencil bag. Other things that you can customize. Did you know you can make puzzles? Now, I just pulled this to put in the office. I bought it the other day at Five Below for $1 for myself, just for a little stress relief. It's just a little puzzle. But did you know, remember last night we talked about heat pressing? So somewhere over there on my rolling rack, I have blank puzzles. So it's a cardboard thing that's cut up as puzzle pieces, but not taken apart, and it's blank. It's white. And then I can get an image and heat press it on there. I can have an image customized. I can buy an image off of Etsy, off of Expression, create my own on FM Expressions, and heat press onto a puzzle. So you can create a bundle that includes a puzzle that you've designed what's on the puzzle. The standard things like gift cards, that little extra. Do you do one size socks? I absolutely do one size socks. Ladies, one size socks. I don't do different sizes because that would be a little bit of a nightmare. And then let me look at the questions, but then I want to show you something that was shoved into my front door this afternoon. Got back from the warehouse and it was in there. I'm like, that's weird. Maybe they're trying to sell me pizza. And I pulled it out and I thought this would be a good example of what not to do. This thing I'm about to show you. Wholesale Nashville, custom sock printing. Yeah. There are tons of pictures of really bad ones. I realized when I was doing a Sonic Hedgehog. Very cool. And do you do one size socks? Okay. So this thing's on my door and it's advertising a local auction house. But here's what not to do. If I have put inserts, this is 8.5 by 11 cut in half. I put inserts this size and also that size, the 4x6. Which is, sometimes it's like a cheat sheet or a recipe card or you name it. And I use Vistaprint. Maybe you can find things cheaper elsewhere, but Vistaprint is my go-to because they're always sending me coupons. I can do little gift cards, but I don't look for gift cards on Vistaprint. I just look for business cards, and I make business cards with rounded corners. I showed you the one yesterday with the bunny. Here it is. It's actually a business card just designed as a gift card. This is Somebody Loves You. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. Somebody Loves You, to and from, with a little rabbit on it. So Vistaprint is a great place. 4x6 postcards I'll do for like, it could be, I could have maybe, if I'm doing a fitness bundle, I could have 4 images of how to use exercise bands on the front, 4 more on the back. So think outside the box. One of them, I did a maze. I had this unicorn, my planter bundle, my unicorn planter bundle. It's a cute unicorn planter. My bundle is, this is the end of them. They're gone, but I always keep a couple of samples to show you guys. How cute is this? It's a unicorn planter and had butterfly seeds and a 8.5 by 5x7, 5x7 postcard printed. And on the front of it, I just made a maze, and I went to Google and I put in create free maze or free maze creator. And I found a maze creator and it created a whole maze for me. And then I took that maze and I put it in Canva and I put a little unicorn that on the outside. And then I put a garden, a little flower on the inside so that the little girl, because that's my target market for this, the little girl could make her unicorn go through the maze to find the garden. That was it. Hello, Gizmo. Hi. And then I had a little, I forget what I had on the backside, but I use the back. I always use the backside. If you're going to print something, never just have a blank side. And that's one of the things I wanted to show you not to do with this card that I got yesterday. So you can just go to free puzzle creator and create puzzles. You can do word search puzzles and crossword puzzles in your niche. One fun idea, I haven't done it, but one fun idea would be to create a word search puzzle in a specific niche for people over 50, but blow it up so that the letters are big. Okay, like the large print books. Make sense? I'm going to go over to, can you insert a coupon or offer an extra gift on a card, for example, if they email when selling on Amazon? I'm glad you put the when selling on Amazon on there. Always, always, always refer to Amazon's terms of service. Amazon does not want you. They highly discourage and frown upon you trying to take customers off their site. You trying to get their customers, because it's their customer, to go somewhere else to buy stuff so that they can't make money on your stuff. In fact, do I have one over there? I have bought out Chinese suppliers. I had this motivational water bottle because I don't see one over there. Because they broke Amazon's rule. They put a card in there saying, go here and download a free blah, blah, blah. And Amazon shut down their account and all of their stock was stuck in warehouses in America. And instead of pulling it back, all the way to China, I bought it all. And then just took that thing out and then did a fitness bundle out of it. Yeah, so don't do that. Now, that being said, if you're selling on other platforms, every platform has a different term of service. If you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, on your own website, you can, I would definitely put something in there to drive traffic to get their email. But if they bought on your website, you've already got their email. So be very careful of Amazon terms of service to operate within them. And they're always changing. They're a moving target. So I wouldn't do anything that drives people off of Amazon's website. Caitlin, what about paint by numbers? Oh, that would be so much fun. I don't know. What about paint by numbers, Caitlin? What will you do to find out how to get a custom paint by numbers? What are you going to do? Facebook user says, thanks, watched a webinar the other day where they promoted that. Yes, I know. You know, you have to gather data from different sources and then make your own decision based on how you want to build your business. So yeah, there are a lot of people out there teaching you, put an insert saying, go here to register your product, which is gray area, borderline. You might be able to get away with that. But why chance it? If you're flat out saying, give me a 5-star review, you're going to get shut down. They're going to figure it out eventually, if you're not lucky. And then Google is your new best friend. Exactly, Kaden. And if you put something in there, like I'm trying to think off the top of my head, download a free PDF teaching you how to do XYZ, or download a free, go here and give us your email and download a free recipe. That's a no-no. It's a no-no. If anybody's telling you to go in the gray area, I'm just going to flat out say it right here. That's not what I teach, because I'm building a business. I'm not trying to skirt the rules to get this. There are other ways to get this done where you're not being icky, where you're not putting your business at risk. That is my perspective. That is my value system. And if you choose to do something else, then that's your choice. Take the risk for your business. If you get shut down because of it, I won't help you solve that problem, because I'm telling you straight up front, that's not how I build a business. Anyway, enough of that mom talk. Wouldn't want to risk it. No, me neither. There's just so many ways to make money. Why play with that? It's their sandbox. It's their rules. Find out what the rules are. Keep updated on the rules every single month, because they're always changing and they don't tell us that they're changing. And then build your business based around whatever that platform allows you to do. So Facebook user says, what about when someone fills out warranty card and it's a brand selling? What about it? I'm not sure what you're asking. If it's an electronics product and they go and fill out the warranty card, yeah, sure, probably. At the moment, Amazon might allow that. Still grabbing their email though, so you're still at risk. And as you say, why would I go to that work and then get shut down? I thought it sounded dodgy. You know what? Follow your gut. If something, I love that word, dodgy. I know who's saying that too. I love that. If something sounds and feels like a little off and dodgy, just gather data. You can, what's my saying? I'll watch YouTube channel of people that I don't like. I don't like their style. They rub me the wrong way. They sound fake and inauthentic. But then I say to myself, separate the message from the messenger. So if I can just take whatever data they're dumping on me, whatever, there might be an insight in there that I can use in my business, and then I discard the rest and ignore separate the message and the messenger. So if you're watching some training that some of it sounds dodgy, but maybe there's a piece in there that, okay, yeah, I can use that, and that's within terms of service and within my business value set, then don't stop watching them. Just pick and choose what's going to work for you based on your value system and how you want to build your business. Does that make sense? I don't go gray area. It's not worth it. There's so many other ways to make money. You get their info. Okay, so I've got a really short presentation. Let me add that here.
And I've dropped a bunch of information for you. I'm going to show you this thing that got stuck in my door today to show you what not to do. And I've got a couple of other ideas just to juice your creativity. Let me do this presentation real quick. Competition proofing your bundle. So many different ways. Here are some of them. Puzzles, booklets, recipes, patterns, instructions, flashcards, which are not just for students, not just for kids. It could be a game, instructions, custom packaging, carry bag, storage box. Oh, by the way, the carry bag, that's what it was. Organza, what I just showed you, organza. And I'm going to show you a different carry bag too. I haven't finished showing you samples of stuff. Pens and markers, but don't just put a pen and a marker in with your bundle. Make sure that pen or pencil has the image that your passionate niche market will giggle at. Don't just put a regular pencil in there. Put one with chickens on it. Okay. Checklists, how-to guides, instruction cards, quizzes, magnets, stickers, bumper stickers. You can have bumper stickers and stickers customized, or you can even make your own. You can print your own. Window sticker, velvet bag, gift box, notepad, worksheet. Just a couple of ideas. This is what I did. So I'll tell you the whole machine behind this. So I wanted to do I did a zombie bundle around, I almost said Valentine's Day. Wouldn't that be funny? Okay, that would be funny. Around Halloween. It was a coffee mug set, a woman zombie and a male zombie. And I put coffee in there, some cookies in there, and then this puzzle with 2 zombie pens, not 1, 2. Oh, I should have brought it. I still have one of the zombie pens. And I got them off of Alibaba. Now I'm sure you can go to Temu and get them. And I had this printed. And I had recipe books as well. A recipe book in there as well. So I went to Google and I said, free word search puzzle creator. I wrote all of these words and I hit create and it created this puzzle for me. And then I put that puzzle in Canva, and then I went to Vistaprint and printed out on 5x7 and done. So I create the recipe books, easy peasy. I created the recipe book. So at any rate, what I did was I also created a Trammell. Here's kind of the answer to your question, sort of, kind of. I created a one-page website that asked them for their email in order to download a little ebook that teaches you how to speak zombie. Not kidding. I went on Upwork. This was a few years ago. This was probably about 6-7 years ago. I did this bundle. I went on Upwork and I hired a comedian to write me a short ebook on how to speak zombie. Oh my God. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. This guy comes back with, every page was, how do you say this in zombie? How do you say good morning in zombie? How do you say have a nice day in zombie? How do you say go to bed in zombie? And the answer to every one was every single answer was a mixture of nonsensical zombie consonants and a couple of vowels thrown in. How do you say good morning in zombie? The whole book was like that. I was laughing so freaking hard. I didn't tell him to do it that way. I just said, write me a book on how to speak zombie. And that's what he came up with. It was hilarious. Then I created a WordPress site, one page, with an opt-in box. And I drove traffic from Facebook, created a Facebook page for zombie lovers. It's still up. If you look at, it was let's see, what's the group called? Skull Lovers. I think it's Skull Lovers. It's got a lot of followers now, and I haven't really used it too much recently. But people who like skulls. And I drove traffic from there to the opt-in page to collect email addresses of people who like zombies. And then I sent them an email. And then on the thank you page, it was, hey, do you love zombies? Go grab these coffee mugs with zombies on them. And I linked over to Amazon. And then I would also send them a follow-up email sending them over to Amazon, where the zombie mug bundle was. That's the bigger picture.
Because now I've got email addresses of people who like zombies, and I can sell them t-shirts, I can sell them jewelry, I can whatever. Where do you print these books? So Caitlin, how are you going to answer that question? It's easy. It's easier now than it was 8 years ago. So I would hire someone to write an ebook, and then I would. The service I was using was Vervanti, but there are tons of places who will print little. They're called pamphlets with the middle staple in the middle, just a little pamphlet. Now you can use AI. You can use ChatGPT to write little booklets like this. So you're going to Google, Caitlin. Google ebook or pamphlet printing. In fact, you can use Vistaprint, but you can probably get them done locally at a printer, because here's the thing. All it is, 8.5 piece of paper, printed out, double-sided. They fold it and staple it in the middle. Done. And the outside piece is a piece of cardboard where you create a little cover page on it, and they staple it in the middle and they fold it. That makes sense? Okay. So don't ask me where I print the books. I want you to learn how to Google, because what if Barbara went away? What if I bought an island somewhere and went off the grid for the rest of my life, surrounded by 5,000 cats? Not completely out of the realm of possibility. And you don't have access to ask me, where do you print these books? What are you going to do? You're going to go to Google. And you're going to ask, print trifold or bifold book, or print pamphlet. And then put your city name in there to find a local printer. So anyway, I want you to forget about the how. I want you to look at the bigger picture of what I did here. I identified a passionate niche market. I drove traffic from social media to download a simple thing I created that's a PDF they download to get their email and redirect them to my Amazon listing. So now I'm sending my own traffic, but I'm getting their email before they go to Amazon. Does this make sense? Okay, so this is just one example of what I've done with customizing. So here's your exercise for tonight and tomorrow. Should you choose to accept the challenge, make a list of the types of custom products you can add to your specific bundle, price them out, and add them to that supplier info so that you can start adding up what your bundle might cost you, because you're already identifying pieces to put in your bundle. Evaluate the numbers. What are you going to have to sell that bundle for? If you want to make, what do you want to make on it? 3, 4, 5 times your money. Decide what the market will bear, and then change pieces of the bundle out if you're not making any money, clearly, and then start ordering your bundle items. If you want to double check with me in the group first before you order any bundle items, please do so. It's going to be public. Everybody can see it. And we'll all give you feedback on what we think might or might not belong in your bundle. Okay? So take a screenshot of this, because I'm going to remove this so we can talk a little bit more. There you go, screenshot that. Okay. So some other things. This is a cinch backpack. I have a couple of different variants. This has got little paw prints on it. So I can use this for a ton of my different pet bundles, but this one specifically is grooming tools. All these grooming tools are in there. And then I have another one that's black, and it has an embroidered heart on it that says dance. And that one is for my ballerina bundle. Remember the ballerina bunny from yesterday? So I have that. I have a drinking mug, or a water mug with dance on it. I don't have it here. It's in my warehouse. But so I love these little drawstring bags, these little drawstring backpacks, because you can custom print on these pretty easy, right? But make sure that you're not just slapping a logo on there. You're not slapping your brand name on there. You're putting an image on these bags that reflects the niche market you're going after. A little bit different than probably some of the things that you see on Facebook. You just put your logo on stuff. That's not how I do things. You can put your logo on it, like down at the bottom, smaller, but that's not going to make people buy. So take a look at the stocking. Now, it's cute and it's blingy, but I probably wouldn't have bought it unless somebody had done this. Somebody put embroidered boss lady on this. You better believe I bought it. Would I have bought it like this? Nope. This? Yep. Now, why couldn't this be the basis for a bundle where you're handing it to your boss at Christmas time full of boss lady stuff? So the stocking becomes your packaging. Make sense? I know, right? Boss lady, I had to have this. I had to have this. I don't remember where I got it, but I had to have it. But this is an example of you're touching my emotion. You're triggering my emotion to get me to buy something. This does not trigger my emotion. It's just, oh, that's it. That's cute. Walk on by. This makes me stop and say, shut up and take my money. But then as a basis for a bundle, oh, now what if you had Dog Mom on it? The contents of the bundle would change, wouldn't it? But instead of just this full of dog toys, now we have Dog Mom full of all things for a dog mom. So socks with little paw prints on it and a notepad and everything for a dog mom, not for the dog, for the dog mom. Okay, so just some ideas. It could be soccer mom. So think of all the variants of a Christmas stocking that has things in it that are your bundle pieces that are related to that niche market. How about tiny pig lover? What goes in here? You have a little pair of earrings. Look at my little cat ear. Do I do cat earrings? Yeah, look at the cat earrings. These are acrylic that I had a lady customize for me. Little acrylic cat earrings. So there's so many different ways you can customize stockings for a niche market and put the bundle stuff inside of it. Let me show you what was stuck in my door. This guy is advertising a local, it says wholesale company, but then it says they're also doing auctions. It is very confusing. It's poor quality. It's definitely a guy who did it. And here's how I can tell. It's a black background with blue text that's really hard to read. And he does not use the back of the card. Only has something printed on the front. Does not use the back of the card. And they're just blanketing, like they're realtors or something. They're blanketing neighborhoods, sticking them in people's front doors. So they're not targeting people who like to buy things wholesale. They're not targeting resellers. They're wasting so much money. So, and then it's confusing. Here's a marketing maxim I live by. A confused mind doesn't buy. A confused mind does not buy. If you have something that looks like this, I want you to tell me your first impression. I'm going to hold it up. What is your first impression? What's your first feeling? Ready? First feeling when you see this. Don't even have to read it. What's your first? I almost said a German word, Blick. What's your first glance? What do you feel? Cluttered. Caitlin, right on. Yep. Blue text on black background. Yeah, it's messy, and there are all these different. There's 3 QR codes. Three different clunky. Yes. Where to look first? Like what is this? So they have a QR code to scan to enter auction. They have a QR code. This one is to go to their website. This one is social media. So I sat there before coming on tonight and I clicked on each one of them. I scanned each one of them. First, I went to their website and there's practically nothing on there. And they have an area, okay, by individual products, by boxes, by pallets, or by a whole truckload. And I clicked on them, and the truckload and the pallets, there was nothing there. And the by individual items, they maybe had 24 items. And that was it. Like, well, this is weird. All right, let me click on and there was nowhere on the website to collect what? We just talked about this. There was nowhere where I could give them my what? Gonna wait a second for you guys to catch up. Email, nothing. I went all the way down to the bottom. It was nothing. So here they are. They're paying people to walk around neighborhoods and put these in people's doors that are not qualified. Like, I mean, the doors are just slipping it in
randomly in a neighborhood, so they haven't pre-qualified their people, and they're telling me to go to the website where they're not capturing my name and email. What a waste of money. What a waste of resources. Are you kidding me? Next thing I did was like, okay, I'm going to give these guys a chance, and I'm going to click here to go to their auction. I click there, and it sends me over to they're using an auction site called HiBid, where you can just put your auctions up there, and there are no auctions. And it doesn't give me links to previous auctions of theirs. Like, okay, again, you just lost me. But I'm pretty persistent, and I want to know what this is. So the last one was follow us on social media. So I scanned that in. And it took me over to, it chose Facebook or TikTok. So I went to Facebook, and I scrolled down to the bottom, and I see they created their Facebook page on February 7th. They're a 3-week-old company. Nothing wrong with that. And as I'm scrolling now up through the posts, I see they're in love with doing these really fun, flashy videos, and they think they're all cool. But they're not telling me anything. Just these flashy videos. We're not like any other wholesaler in the state of Arizona. But they don't tell me why. And then I zoom in and I look at the pallets that they've got. I'm like, all these pallets they're creating in their warehouse by pulling. Remember I said there were about a dozen, 2 dozen individual products on their website. They're pulling those products off the shelf and building these pallets. So every pallet contains the same stuff. Holy crap. These guys they're putting the cart before the horse. It was my first thought. They should not be driving people anywhere until they get their S together. They should not be hiring somebody to put this piece of crap. Sorry, but that's what it is. This piece of crap. Anywhere. I didn't even look at the pictures. I can't even tell you what any of those pictures are. It looks like a chest of drawers. That's the only one I can identify. Like, what a waste. An absolute waste. Okay, so lesson for the day. Don't do this. Do not ever put something like this. Keep it simple. A confused mind doesn't buy. And I only looked at all of these because I'm in the liquidation market. I'm in the wholesale market, and I wanted to spy on my potential competitor. This person is not my competitor. And then, of course, they wasted 50% of this is useless. Useless. So on the back of my business card for Blue Unicorn Boutique, if you turn around in the back, it just says, scan this code to sign up for our email list. And it's a QR code on the back. And that's it. I don't have one here. It's in the living room. I usually have one here, but I don't. So this, don't do this. If you're going to put an insert in to pull it back into what we're doing here, if you're going to do an insert, make it clean, simple, with one call to action. That's it. One purpose. Don't confuse your customer. You want them, whatever insert you put in, you want that insert to add value to your bundle so that they see, oh, look, there's a fun puzzle. And they sit down with a crayon that you've included as well. And they do the little puzzle, right? But don't put all this junk on it. So it's kind of happenstance that this was appeared in my door tonight, this afternoon while I wasn't here. Okay, let me look in the chat. And let's see what kind of questions you guys have. We talked about boxes yesterday. We talked about all different ways you can customize pretty much everything, either yourself or outsourcing it. I happen to do some of my customization myself because I kind of like to do it. And I just kind of like to do it, but I can outsource it. And if I have a bundle that really hits and I need like 1,000 of an item, I'm not going to be heat pressing 1,000 items. That I'll just outsource. I'll just go to China and have it done and have it printed and shipped to me or shipped to the prep center. And we talked about packaging, and we talked about buying from multiple sources. These are all ways to lock down your bundle from competition. And you don't have to do all of them. I'm just giving a lot of data to you so you can choose. Each bundle is going to be different. Each one's going to be different. So, Facebook user says, why wouldn't they just put website and Instagram details instead of 3? Thank you. In fact, I really had to dig to find their website because it's black on blue or blue on black. What the heck? And I'm going to go visit their warehouse. I'm going to go there I'm going to go spy on them. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And their whole website and their Facebook page is blue on black. Terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, maybe some good deals you can get from them to offload their pallets. Yep, I already have now. So since I know the market, I recognize some of the things that they're selling. So some of it are bath bombs and shower fizzers, bath fizzers and shower fizzers, but a whole set of 16 of them for $4.99. But it's a Chinese brand because those word salad brands. So of course I looked it up on Amazon and I found them. Like I can create bundles using those shower fizzers and the 16 they had a 12 pack. If you want to go explore it yourself, it's azcostpro.com. azcostpro.com. azcostpro.com, and just click on their individual products and you'll see the bath bombs I'm talking about. It's all from the same supplier. So I'll go there and buy a couple of cases of those because Mother's Day is coming up. I can use those in Mother's Day bundles. I'll buy a small quantity, a couple of cases, put them in Mother's Day bundles, but I'm not paying $5 for them. I'll pay a lot less, guaranteed, or I won't buy them. So that's an example of finding product locally. Don't have to ship it. It's about 15 minutes from my house. I'll just scooch down there tomorrow, and I'll show you tomorrow. And maybe I'll do a reveal if I do go there. I'll reveal to you when I come back with what my experience was there. So yeah, that was a very good observation. That's exactly what I was thinking. So once you've finished bundle, like you've shown us, how do you then package it to send to Amazon? Very good question. So it depends what packaging I'm going to use. Are you already familiar, whoever's asking me this, are you already familiar with sending things into Amazon? So what we're not going to teach is how to create an Amazon shipment to send to Amazon. Go to your Amazon seller account and watch Seller University there, and it'll tell you how to prep a shipment. So it depends on the bundle. A lot of my bundles they have something breakable in it. I'm doing a lot of coffee mugs and wine glasses, etc. So this will go in a box, and I really like these. Hi, buddy. These tab top boxes. I told you I love these tab top boxes, right? So there are some of the tab top boxes that I use, and I have three different sizes. And usually I'll have a nice sticker on the top of it that will have my ASIN on it. But I do some merchant fulfill too. I do a lot of merchant fulfill, especially as I get closer to a holiday, instead of relying on Amazon to get things into their warehouse soon enough. If it's a seasonal item, like my Easter stuff is all merchant fulfilled right now because Easter is 30 days away, less than 30 days away. So I do merchant fulfilled. But yeah, stuff like this. And then I might put a sticker on top with a fun brand on it, either my brand name or my brand name in the corner, but then the rest of the sticker illustrates what's in the box, right? So it'll have a flamingo on it if it's a flamingo lovers box, for example, because that adds that little extra, and that's it. I might, because I don't trust Amazon, I might poly bag this, put this in a clear poly bag, and I'll always put a sticker here to hold it closed, just because I don't trust Amazon. So that's one way. If you just throw things in a poly bag, it's not a good customer experience. If that's what your bundle looks like, it's just not a good customer experience. That's just a bunch of stuff. Why not spend an extra $1.50 and put it in a fun box? And then you can increase your price a little bit. Hi, Bubba. Gizmo's down here having a conversation with us. What else? You come over here. Oh, hey, Lara. Can you give that company name again? Which company? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you my brand name. Sorry, but I'll send you to blueunicornboutique.com, which is my boutique, and then blueunicornwholesale.com, which is where I wholesale a lot of the things that are in the boutique. Where do you get the bath bombs? It is, well, I haven't gotten the bath bombs from here yet. I'm just going to go there tomorrow and spy on them. And those were the only products on there. And all the other 2 dozen products that they had were all Amazon pullbacks. So I know their business model. I know what they're doing. And
And it's kind of misleading because they're putting together these manifested palettes, but every palette contains pretty much the same. You can see the pictures of the palettes where you can tell that there's the same product on each one. So yeah, it's azcostpro.com. azcostpro.com. Go to the website, you'll see. And none of the things that are shown here, there's like a big video camera and some furniture. None of that's on their website. There's no furniture on the website. There's no electronics on their website. Like what that? It's just Amazon pullbacks of some random product. Yeah. But I might be able to get product from them. An Amazon pullback is when something doesn't sell and a customer has to, or a seller has to pull it back. So those water bottles I got, that was a pullback that the Chinese company broke Amazon's rules. So I bought them from their 3PL warehouse that was located in California. They had to pull back their stock from Amazon because they couldn't sell it on Amazon anymore. They got shut down. So instead of pulling it back to China, they pulled it back and sent it to me. That's a pullback. Can you give that company name again? How do you find out about that? Well, if you're an Amazon seller, you go into your seller account and you can order pullbacks. You can order product to be returned to you that's in your FBA inventory. You're talking about how to pull back your own product or how to buy other people's liquidation products. That is the course that I'm doing. I'm starting a program called Liquidation Profits in March. It's March, isn't it? March 1, towards the end of this month, teaching people what I do about sourcing and selling into the liquidation market, and also how to broker deals, liquidation deals. And I will teach all of that in the Liquidation Profits course. That is way too much for me to talk about with in the context of bundling. That's a whole different topic. But you can look at what Howie does, hjcloseouts.com. They're liquidation buyers. So the liquidation market is billions of dollars huge. And its product, everything from customer returns to Amazon returns to companies that have gone out of business or discontinued a product. There's the liquidation industry is huge and very old, and can be a little bit dicey. There are a lot of players who are trying to take advantage of newbies coming into the market, thinking, "Well, I'm going to buy a pallet and get a great deal," but they don't actually know how to evaluate the product, the products on that pallet, or individual products. So we'll talk about that if you guys come join the Liquidation Profits. I'm really looking forward to sharing that data because I've been doing it for a few years, and boy, I've seen some dicey things. But it's about relationships. Everything's about relationships. Facebook user says, are you generally pulled back due to bad account management or the product not being sellable on it? There's all sorts of reasons that people pull things back. So it might be they're ready to get out of the business. It could be it didn't sell. It could be they broke Amazon's rules. It could be maybe it didn't sell, but if they pulled it back, put it in a bundle, it would. So there's all kinds of reasons people would pull things back. Maybe it's aged inventory. It's been sitting there too long and they're getting charged for it sitting in the warehouse. All kinds of reasons people pull back inventory from Amazon. And JK, I have a bin store near me. It's the same thing as pullbacks. You go into these bin store and all they're doing, they're buying truckloads. Like the rest of us, they're buying truckloads of Amazon returns, Home Depot returns. If you get one that's got a bunch of tools, Lowe's, a lot of people don't do the Walmarts because it's really cheap of stuff, but there's a lot of Amazon return loads out there. That's a whole nother thing. You have to know a contract holder, and there are 3 different kinds of loads. There's smalls, it's called HPC, high piece count. There's mediums, and then there's larges. Smalls would be like, cell phone cases, a high piece count where you get a big Gaylord of stuff that's got like 3,000 pieces in it. The medium loads are the most valuable because they can have some really cool stuff in there, electronics and maybe larger stuff. And then the large loads is usually furniture. But the medium, see, I'm going down the rabbit hole teaching a liquidation. I don't want to confuse you. Let's create bundles. But yeah, the bin stores are fun to go to just to get stuff for yourself. I wouldn't do that business model as business, though. What's a good way to find liquidators in a certain area? Before I read the rest of the sentence, I'm going to ask you this question. Facebook user, who's asking me this? Lara, who's asking me this? What's a good way to find liquidators in a certain area? Somebody answer this Facebook user. This is a test. This is a quiz. See how well you guys have been paying attention this week. How do you find a liquidator in your area? Google. Agnes, what would you write? What would you ask Google? Google, exactly. Google it, but what would you type? Help this person out, whoever Facebook user is, and write them the prompt. Awesome. Hi, Lara. Awesome. That's okay. It's Facebook user. Google didn't work. Bet it will. So change what you ask it. If you want a different answer from Google, change what you ask it. So if you're in an area that maybe doesn't have liquidators, expand your search. So if you're in the middle of Montana and you type in liquidator, middle of Montana, expand it to liquidator and your surrounding states. I would start with ones that are close to you. If you're on, I'm in Arizona, so I would do liquidators, West Coast. If you're in the East Coast, liquidators, East Coast. A lot in New York and New Jersey, a lot. Middle of the country, there are quite a few in Illinois, right? So change what you're asking Google. Next question is, I couldn't find any near me. Are there any websites where they show liquidators nationwide? Now, because a lot of liquidators are not very savvy with websites and search engine, and they don't need to be, because people, they go to trade shows. A lot of them go to trade shows. Some of them don't. One that I am working with right now, I just sent a bunch of samples to liquidate some of my products that I bought in liquidation. I'm flipping them. I sent him 2 cases of samples, and they're putting together a purchase order for me. His website's non-existent. And it was all, I don't even know how. I think I found his email on LinkedIn and messaged him privately. It just kind of happened. And then he reached out to me. So the liquidation industry has a lot of old players in it who are, they have product that maybe can't be advertised to the general public because the brand restrictions, for example, and they just don't have the time to maintain a website, nor do they need to, because the deals happen so quickly. They don't need to put it on a website because deals just go in and out. So Google didn't work in the manner that you were asking it, but dig deeper. So type in, for example, liquidation trade shows, liquidation companies, and then geographic area. Narrow it down to your geographic area. Try that. No, and that Lara, sorry, I called you out. There's 2 Facebook users in here. I'm not sure who the other one is. Not me, great training Barbara from Lara. Hello. Did click on StreamYard link. It's okay. Just put Lara when you ask a question if it comes up as Facebook user. For me here in StreamYard, so that I know who you are. Liquidation in your city. Exactly. Well, and this guy, look, I didn't know he existed. He started his business on February 5th. Not even a month ago. But because he put this in the door, and I smell blood in the water. I'm sorry. But this guy is just asking for me to walk in there with $1,000 and say, I want all of your bath bombs for $1 a package. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. And he just advertised to me that he doesn't know what he's doing. So I just found a new liquidator in my city. Make sense? So it just happens when you start focusing. It's called reticular activating system. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Reticular, help me out here, guys. Reticular activating system, I think it is. Have you ever decided you want, here's an example of what this is. You ever decided, I want a lime green, brand new lime green Volkswagen VW Bug. That's what I want because nobody's got one. Like nobody has one. And I want to stand out in the crowd. And I want a lime green Volkswagen Bug. Tell me what happens when you decide you want a lime green Volkswagen VW Bug because nobody else has got it. And you want to stand out in a crowd. And you want to look cool. And you want to be like unique. What happens in a very short amount of time? What happens in your life? Someone's going to get this. I know you are. Put it in the chat as I take a drink of water. And I might have another York peppermint patty. We'll say hello to Gizmo. That's all you see. Caitlin, you are right. Suddenly you're driving down the road and up pulls next to you a lime green Volkswagen Rabbit. And then a half mile down the road, you see one at the drive-thru in McDonald's. And they're everywhere now. It's reticular activating system. What we focus on in general, What we focus on becomes our reality. So when you focus on, there's no liquidators near me, you're right. But I'll be able to find liquidators near you because I know they're there. They just are not advertising the way. I won't stop at Google. I'll go to LinkedIn. I'll go to Facebook groups and I'll ask any liquidators. Hey, do you guys know any people who wholesale? And I'll use different words: wholesale, liquidate, close out. And I'll just start searching locally in Facebook groups, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. They're there. They're there. You just have to believe that they're there and get creative, and they will show up. And in fact, that's business in general. When whatever you focus on becomes your reality. Let me see what the comments are. Meetup. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, there's actually, let me roll up here. Liquidation My City. That's all I see. We see one everywhere. Yep. Oh my God, I've had one 25 years. You did not, Lara. You had one 25 years ago. Okay, so we literally just created this. We did not plan this ahead of time, right, Lara? We literally just illustrated what I just talked about. That's hilarious. Meetup is interesting. So that's interesting you would say that, because I keep getting in my Facebook, there is this facility. I'm sorry, I can't remember it, but there's this facility locally where you can rent a mini warehouse within their giant warehouse. And it starts coming up in my Facebook feed now, because I'm the target market, that they are having a resellers and an online sellers, a resellers, I think it was, meetup. They're having where you can come down and there's going to be free finger food and there's going to be lessons and classes and you can mastermind together on a Wednesday night. It might have been actually this week, Wednesday or Thursday night, and they'll show you their facility. So yes, in fact, you could use Meetup. Go look on Meetup and see if there's facilities like that that are having a meetup where you get to meet other people locally in the reseller industry and ask them, what do you do? And you meet people there. Leads are everywhere. You just got to open your eyes, open your mind to it. How long do your bundles generally sell for, if evergreen? It depends. That's a lawyer answer. It depends. There's no answer to that. There's really not. Yeah, I wish I could give you a pat answer. There's no spreadsheet. This one sold for 8 years, and this one sold for 8 months, and this one, and sometimes you run out of product that you can't source again, and they sell until I can't get the product or until they stop selling. So there's no, when you do a bundle, it will sell this many for this many years, and then you're done. I wish I could lock that down for you, but there's no way to say. You had a convertible. Oh man, I'm so jealous. I belong to a foraging meetup. Seriously, there's something called a foraging meetup? I would so go to that. Can I help you? Oh, we've got to say hello here. Hang on. Oh, all right. Oh, Gizmo. Who's my old boy? He's just sitting down there talking to me because he wanted to be picked up. So we're going to pick him up. Okay, what else would you like to know about locking down? If you bundle the way that you've been practicing all week, you don't have to work too hard to not have competition on your bundle. So what are some ideas that after our discussion tonight that you're thinking about how to competition proof your bundle? Put it in the chat. What are you thinking about that you hadn't thought about yesterday? I know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gizmo will just hang out here until you guys put in the chat. Any aha moments for tonight about creating custom pieces, different kinds of packaging? Gizmo. Definitely making a puzzle for Golden Doodle. Oh my gosh, how fun would that be? Okay, so I just made a connection. How about, I don't know if this is possible. Could you make an edible puzzle? I don't know how that would work. Maybe made out of sugar or something that the Golden Doodle could eat after mom puts it together. Are you eating me? Huh? Yeah, when you go, Bubba. Oh my goodness. Just off the top of my head. I was just thinking that because Gizmo's hungry. Let's see. I really like the idea of a QR code with a fun activity to include. I love QR codes. Just one, not three. Mini pig socks. Wall art. Saw some cool PDF art for sale on Etsy. Make sure that you have the right to resell that. So if it is somebody's copywritten art, you're not going to be able to resell that. But what you could do is go to Fiverr.com or Upwork.com. Upwork started charging a $10 fee. Can you believe that? That's new. So go to Fiverr.com and find someone who can create, and you could buy that PDF art on Etsy to give inspiration to an artist, and then go to Fiverr and hire an artist to give me create a piece of art for me that has the kind of the same elements but different than this piece of art. But don't resell somebody else's copyrighted stuff without written permission. Even that I wouldn't do it, because that could go away. They could forget. Yeah. But I like that you're looking at Etsy for product ideas, because boy, there's a lot of creative people on there. And there's a lot of Chinese sellers selling the same stuff there too. Fiverr's amazing, right? I have a great artist. If you're looking for a recommendation, would you put that in the group for us, Caitlin, please? Put that artist, put the link to them and give them some love so that people in this class can go and hire them as well. Good to know. An information book on what miniature pig owners should do when they buy one. How about an adult coloring book with miniature pigs? I wonder if you could find, you might not be able to find markers or crayons where the casing is miniature pigs, but I bet you could find them with barnyard animals. So colored pencils, but with barnyard animals on the outside, and one of them is a pig. And then put that together with and there are AI tools. I haven't played with them, but I saw somebody doing it on a YouTube channel where they're just asking, I think it was Midjourney, asking Midjourney to create a coloring book page with their niche market, and they created like 10 pages, and that was their coloring book, and have it printed and stapled and put it together with pens. Just off the top of my head, if you guys want to use my brainstorming savant ability, I'm here for you right now. If you're stuck on something or you're not sure, you want some, just throw it in the chat. Canva does that. Canva does it? Oh, no way. Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight. Because doesn't every single girl on a Friday night hang out on Canva and create coloring book pages? While she eats York peppermint patties and pets her cat. I mean, isn't that what we all do? I think it is. So I'm going to be playing in Canva tonight. I could think of some Easter bundles I could put couple coloring pages with. Couple coloring pages. And then I get packs of pens from Temu. And you can just put in pen pig in Temu and see what comes up. I bet you can get packs of pens. What else? I just got a really cool wholesale product in today. It was from a local supplier and I wanted to try it out. I didn't bring one home, but do you want to see it if I bring it up on my phone? I can't bundle it. Can't be bundled. Here's an example of something you can't bundle, because each one is different. So how many of you like crystals? What are you chewing on? Don't chew. You want to know why my video is choppy? Katie, don't chew on the Wi-Fi router. Katie, come on, come on. Katie is chewing on the cable, the internet cable. She was chewing on my internet cable. We're going to blame Katie. Okay, so this is what I got today that I'm selling in the boutique, but it can't be bundled. But they're super cute. So these are soapstone. They're about that big. Soapstone animals on a stone agate. This is a unicorn. I'm keeping that one because the name of my shop is Blue Unicorn Boutique. So I'm keeping that one. But there's a squirrel. Say it with me. Squirrel. There's a squirrel sitting on a piece of soapstone. But every single one of them, look at the scorpion. Every single one's different. There's a dog. the soapstone dog sitting on an agate that's been glued to the agate. There's another dog, but you see how every single one of them is unique? This is a bat. The lion, that one's a lion. Now the bat, I got these, he was closing them out, and I'm sorry, close out price, but they'll restock them. But I wanted to see them. There's the bat. How cool is that? But each is different. And there they are. That's a video I did of all of them. And in the background, I had playing The Lion Sleeps Tonight. There's the scorpions. How fun is that? So there are these soapstone animals about that big, glued to a colorful agate, and every one of them is different. So when people come in the door, easy sale. And I wanted to try it out. And he's local, so it was $9 to ship all those to me. $9. And the other thing I bought was $60 worth of agate ornaments. So they're about that big, and they hang from a silver ribbon, and each of them is a different color and a different size and a different variant. And all I did with that bundle is I have this huge case of silver gift boxes, square silver gift boxes. I got in an auction ages ago, and I have so many of them, and they were super cheap. They probably a penny a piece because I bought the whole thing. So I've been using those up with my brooches. The ornaments fit in those boxes perfectly. So that's just an example of a wholesale product that I got in today. Came in today. Very excited about it. Anywho, not a whole lot to do with bundling, but I thought I'd share that with you. So Charmel says, oh, do tell. I found some other wholesale sites. Everybody write it down. Panda Whole. Oh, I remember the name of the seed site. American Meadows. American Meadows. And you can get seed packs. And they already have like a whole bunch of different ones for different niche markets, but they also customize if you needed something customized. So I'm going to write down Panda Whole. And go ahead, Charmel, if you wouldn't mind putting these in the Facebook group, that'd be awesome. And Akron. Now, is Akron near you? Because there's an Akron, Ohio. Akron Novelty. Is that the city they're in, hon? Yeah, wholesale suppliers are everybody, but are everywhere. And they might not have the word closeout or liquidation or wholesale, or they might have manufacturer. You got to play with the words when you're searching for Google. Supplier is another word to use, supplier, because they might not have the word wholesale in their company name, like Panda Whole doesn't have the word wholesale. Akron Novelty doesn't have the name wholesale in it, right? So Piggy Pen, if you don't create the product yourself, but put it in a bundle like a pen or socks and put with other products from 2 different suppliers, is that competition proof? Yes. Or would I need to create a completely unique product? Well, the unique product is your bundle. Your product is your bundle. So if you go find a Piggy Pen and some socks. So for instance, this bundle contains nothing custom. Supplier number 1, supplier number 2, same supplier number 2, and the bag was supplier number 3 with an organza bag. There's nothing custom in here, but it's competition proof. I hopefully I didn't communicate that you have to have something custom in order for it to competition proof. You don't. It can be just from several different suppliers. You don't have to print something in order for your bundle to be competition proof. You don't have to customize something. It's just one more way to make it competition proof. Does that make sense? Packaging is another way. Buying from multiple suppliers is another way. You don't have to do all of the things. Let me come back here. What I need to create I'm surprised that Bundle Diva found something that could not be bundled. Well, you know, the sort of, but it's like one bundle. So the really pretty their agate ornaments, I'm bundling it with the gift box, but then every city have to have different listings. So I'm selling them in the boutique and on Etsy. So on Etsy, I can have one listing, but with all the different, I also have from that same company They don't carry them anymore. That's how I ended up back on their website. They'd sent me an email saying oh, by the way, they don't go to trade shows. They don't go to trade shows. They sent an email saying, hey, we're having free shipping for them, and they sell rocks. So free shipping is like, yay, because rocks are heavy. And then I went to their website and they didn't have the bookends. This is what I normally carry from them, these gorgeous bookends. They didn't have them. He can't get them right now. They come from Brazil and he's having, look at that, beautiful. So every single one is different. Just so pretty. And these are in my boutique. So while I was there, I looked under the on sale, and that's how I ended up finding the other two things. So they'll go on Etsy. All of these will go on Etsy. I might put like 3 of the ornaments together as a bundle, but they'll all be different. So it's not something I can sell on Amazon. That wouldn't work that way, but it'd be great on Etsy. Yes, I found Bundle Diva. I like that. I'm going to register that domain. It's not interesting that they have Akron in there. That's kind of cool. Google for the win again. See, did you tell us where to get the boxes that you package your items in? I get those Tab Top boxes on Amazon. Search Amazon for Tab Top Box, TAB Top Box. And then I get them in white, pink, and black, but you can just get them in white. You don't have to do multiple colors. To me, it's just that little extra. Like if I have an elegant kind of product, it'll go in the black box. If I have a girly product, it'll go in the pink box, right? Remember that that I just messed up? That product from last night, it'll go in the pink box. And then the white one I use for everything else. And the Tab Top boxes, and by the way, you can get them customized when you register a trademark and you just want everything in a box that looks the same. For instance, if you're going to do a subscription box, then easy peasy, type into Google, custom subscription box or custom printed boxes. And again, try to look local, because there's a box supplier downtown, which is about a half an hour away, but he has all the boxes there. And then I can pick them up and take them to a local printer to have them printed. And that way I'm not shipping heavy boxes. So I save hundreds, if not more, of dollars on shipping because I'm using somebody local. And they're cheaper than Uline, and I can pick my printer. Okay, any suggestion on how much product we should buy for our bundles to start, or just base it on research like number of Facebook people or keyword, dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, small amount. Just start small. Don't go dumping a bunch of money in something until you test it out. I've been in my niches for a while, so I have a general feel. So like I said, when I go with $1,000 to that guy tomorrow and I buy all his bath bombs, it's because I know Mother's Day is coming up. I've got tons of Mother's Day bundles that I can roll out. I have boutique. I have local customers. I have multiple sales channels. I'm not worried about buying $1,000 worth of bath bombs and shower fizzers because I will sell them. But you don't know that for you. So just buy a couple of dozen of things. Remember how I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought those, the dog thingies? I only got 36, I think. Right? These things. I didn't get a bunch of them. I didn't go to manufacturer. I didn't go to China. I walked around the block and bought a couple of dozen of them, and I'll test them out because I think this will sell, but I don't know, but I'm going to test it out. So don't go deep. Don't buy a lot. When something hits, then you can go back to suppliers and buy more. Birthstone bookends with a crystal book placeholder. Crystal book placeholder. Interesting. Like a bookmarker. Ooh, I wonder where I would get those. I know that guy doesn't have them, but let me think about what that might look like. I'm going to go to Temu and look for bookmark crystal. Somebody do that, because if I go over to Google, Brat, I love you. You're awesome. Now go to Temu. So now if I open up Temu, remember what happened last night? Everything kind of froze up on us. Somebody go to Temu, or I'll do it on my phone so I'm not messing up our video here because it looks like we're okay right now. And type in bookmark crystal. And that the bundle with each of them would be different, but I could match, like if they had assorted crystal bookmarks, I can match them up with the different, because I probably have 4 dozen of these lovelies. I've got a lot of them. Yeah, they're really beautiful. Wish you guys could come out and see the boutique. We'd have fun. I'm probably going to do a live, like 3-day business building training in my training center next to the boutique at some time in the next few months. And if any of you can come out, that'd be really cool. You can see the whole operation and hopefully get some just some insights and inspiration for building your business out, to put moats around it and to build something that you'll potentially sell. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I'm doing for me. You don't have to do that for you, but that's my vision for my businesses, building something to sell. So let me go to Temu. Anybody find anything? Bookmark, Temu or Temu, and type in bookmark crystal. Did Ian make it back in here? If not, Burstone, what you are trying to attract won. All right, so bookmark crystal. Nice. Thank you very much for that great idea. Look at all of the fun ones. Look, these are the ones with the tree of life on it. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So you think I think what I will do? Oh, look at these little cuties. These are cute. Little heart ones with different colors. And I think you get 6 of them for $6.48. I don't like the price point, but I'll go through these and I'll find ones that $1.19 for one. Still don't like the price point, but I'll find some in bulk and put those together with the not that I need to, but I have these boxes that are perfect size for those bookends. So just having that little extra in there, you're absolutely right. That would sell. Very cool. Thank you guys. Quite a few moon stars. Google. You guys rock. Thanks. I'm bummed Ian didn't make it back in here. Diamond painting. There's all sorts of fun stuff. And I won't just stop at Temu, because here's what I found. I've got a coaching student who is, she's putting some socks with one of her bundles, and she went to Temu and she's ready to buy them. And I said, hang on a second, let's check Amazon. So we went to Amazon and we put fluffy socks bulk, and we found a couple of listings with, she's doing a Mother's Day bundle with a mug and some socks. And we found an Amazon listing with like 24 fluffy socks for 50% less than what she was going to pay on Temu. So I'll also go on Amazon and look for crystal bookmarks bulk. Believe it or not, sometimes you can get things cheaper on Amazon and even eBay. I've gone to eBay and bought bulk stuff before too. I'm looking down on my phone because now I'm going down a rabbit hole. Thanks, ladies. Okay, what else would you like to know about bundling in general? Anything that we've covered this week? Because tomorrow we're going to talk about the how, the dreaded, how do I list my Amazon listing? And remember, everything you've learned up until now is platform independent. So now that you have learned and you're practicing, and this system is becoming rote, you can create bundles to sell anywhere, in a store, on any platform whatsoever. You can wholesale your bundles to retail stores. You can sell on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, Google, Walmart, anywhere. Tomorrow we talk about platform specific, because you guys a lot of you are Amazon sellers. Okay, well, we're going to try to unpack Amazon's rules for listing. None of that is relevant. Up until now, we're talking about creating bundles that sell as long as you get them in front of your target market. And there are so many ways to do that. Tomorrow we'll focus on the how of Amazon as it exists right now, which could change. But everything you've learned up until now is usable on any platform. So this is a skill that's going to keep on giving. Now that you've gotten it, you're getting it into your brain as habit. You're going to see everything as bundles from here on forward. Okay, do you have a website for do you have a website for your bundles, or just direct traffic from socials to wherever each nice niche bundle is selling? A lot of my bundles don't even make it on my website because they sell pretty fast. But it's blueunicornboutique.com is my boutique website. I need to update it a little bit. I drive traffic from Facebook, from to that boutique from Facebook, from multiple pages on Facebook, Facebook groups, local selling groups, D-stash groups, mom buying groups, and then niche groups like the Skull group, and a couple of other niche groups, and then Facebook ads, but and then reseller groups. But what I'm really focusing on, and auctions, I think I said that. What I'm really focusing on right now is driving people in locally, because I want to create that local traffic. So I want to have the locals come in, and then when they buy something, I also want to show them, if they're resellers, the warehouse, so I can sell them case packs and pallets. So my bigger picture is going to look a little bit different than yours. You could absolutely create a website just for your bundles. Don't call them bundles, because nobody knows what a bundle is except for sellers. Call them a treasure box or a gift box. Or you could do a subscription website, or you could sell on subscription websites where every month you just have a different bundle, create a different bundle for that niche that you're in. So all sorts of ways to get in front of customers that are in the niche that you're targeting. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. Just create your bundle the way I'm telling you to do it. But the marketing, I mean, the opportunities are endless, virtually endless. Mel, does it take a while to get from Ni Hao? Ni Hao is hello. Do you mean Temu or Shein? I just got a shipment from Shein today. I ordered it less than a week ago. So they came in. Temu comes pretty fast too, probably about a week. And I know you have Blue Unicorn. So I have 2 Blue Unicorn websites. I have Blue Unicorn Boutique, and then I have Blue Unicorn Wholesale. And the wholesale site, that's the one I'm tripling down on to sell things in to bundlers and to e-commerce sellers and to retail stores and to other liquidators in bulk. So by the case or by the pallet. The jewelry website. Oh, Ni Hao. Sorry about that. Yeah, I like that jewelry website. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes. But I'm not the one to ask. Ask them. Ask them. And change the question. Instead of, you're asking me a yes or no question, does it take a while to get items from Ni Hao? So you're making it impossible for me to actually answer that question, where if you reworded it, how long on average does it take to get things from Ni Hao? Then I could say, let's go to the website and find out if they anything in their shipping policy says your product will get there within 10 days or we give you a refund, right? So instead of a yes or no questions, ask an open-ended question that we can then go brainstorm answers to. Then we can go find the answers to. But if you ask me a yes or no like that, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how long it takes. Maybe it'll take 5 days to me. Maybe it'll take 21 days to you. I don't know. Go check out their website and see what their shipping policy is. Reason I ask is that bundles I want to do are totally unrelated. So Facebook groups make sense. Do you pay to advertise in those groups? In New Zealand, most Facebook groups don't allow sales of products or services. So a couple of questions here. Let's unpack this. I want to do a totally, so Facebook group makes sense. Do you pay to advertise on those groups? So that's a yes or no question. Let's reword that to, how do I get Facebook group admins to promote my products? See how that's different from, do you pay to advertise on those groups? The right question is, how do I get admins to want to promote my products? You see how that question, the wording it that way, gives us this opportunity to brainstorm ideas. And we can brainstorm here together. How do we get a Facebook admin with a big group where you say New Zealand, they don't let you advertise? I'm going to say there's probably ways around it, no matter what country you're in, by reaching out to the admin and saying, hey, look, I know that your group loves baby pigs. And I've got this really fun gift bundle that I just put together for new baby pig owners, for example, just using kind of mashup here, new baby, and I think your folks would love it. I would love to give them a 10% discount on this. Is there any way that you can, talking about them, not, is there any way I can post it? You say, you give them control. Is there any way that you can put this in front of your group and offer them a discount? Because I think they just love it. You see how that's very different from
assuming that no group in New Zealand will let you advertise. Don't assume the negative. Do a positive assumption and then figure it out by asking questions. Yes, that's what I mean. How do I get onto them? Just like that. Just like that. Yep. So maybe they don't allow sales of products or services to other people. But when you approach them in a way that benefits them, not give me something, please, can I post my stuff? Switch it out. Hey, look, I want to give an offer. I want to give a promotion. I want to give a discount to your group. How can we work together to get this thing to them? Because I think it's really cool and I think they really love it. But I don't want to break any group rules. I want to be respectful. How can we work together? So that's how I would approach it. Make it a win-win. Does that make sense? Yes, Gizmo? Does that make sense, guys? Keep asking. I love that you're talking about the marketing of your bundles outside of Amazon. I love that you're thinking about doing this. Especially, I love Etsy as a platform because they charge, you're going to pay about 20% of your sales if you do some ads, etc. on it. But it's so much easier to sell on. There's not all the drama. It's so much easier to sell on. And you can charge more money for your bundle on Etsy than you can on other platforms. Because people who go there are remember, one of the definitions of a passionate niche market is people who don't care what something costs if it makes them happy. And that's pretty much a short definition of Etsy. You saw my reaction when I saw the refrigerator things that would make my boring stainless steel refrigerator look mid-century modern. I didn't even care what it cost because I wouldn't even search for that on Amazon. Etsy would be the place I'd go for something unique and fun like that. Yes, Gizmo. Let's see. What about selling to other resellers who have, say, a mini pig product specific website? Oh, yeah. Well, that last question, reword that. Would you approach them? That's a yes or no question. Practice rewording that for me. I love the first part. What about selling to other resellers who have, say, a mini pig product specific website? Remember, we're going to use the word how. Put the word how in front of your last question. You're asking me yes or no, would you approach them? So if I just answered you, I'd say yes. But if you asked me, how would you approach them? Then I would go into an explanation of how to accomplish your goal. So just that little switch, that little change when you're asking questions, and not just you, everybody, when we're asking questions in business, to be curious, instead of asking a closed-ended question, which is where you can answer yes or no, ask an open-ended question. And the easy way to accomplish it is by taking the word how and plopping it in the front of a closed-ended question. How would I approach them? How would you approach them? Tell me your ideas. How would you approach them? How would you approach somebody who's got a website and an email list and a big social media following in your niche market? Let's put it out to everybody. In your niche market, what would you say to them so that they would want to, not to get them, so they would want to promote your bundle? What would you say to them? How would you approach them? What do you think, guys? As you're brainstorming that, I'll look at the next question. Does Etsy no longer only focus on handmade items? No. Sorry. I'm going to force you guys into the open-ended question. Etsy has, a couple of years ago, they opened up to Chinese sellers and it's become a free-for-all. It has. But you can still find more makers on there than on Amazon. And a maker is somebody who makes stuff themselves. And you will recognize the China sellers. You will recognize the products because you'll see it on Temu, and then you'll see the exact same images over on Etsy. Just ignore them. How would be the best way? Or how would we do it? Maybe there's not a best way because it depends on, who the group is. Just how would we do it? Ask them if they would like to be able to offer it to their clients and would offer them a referral fee. That's awesome. So grease their palms a little bit, right? You can also, if you put your things up on your own Shopify site,
or a WordPress with WooCommerce, which is this equivalent to Shopify, but a little bit more involved, you can have an affiliate program. So you can say, hey, look, an affiliate program is where they promote your products with a link coded with their affiliate number. And then when they drive traffic to your website, they get a commission, and you can set that commission for whatever somebody buys through that link. And that's how you do it with automatic tracking. And then at the end of the month, you just pay the affiliate commission. Yep, referral fee, exactly. Easy peasy. Do you prefer WooCommerce over Shopify, and why? Great question. So my retail site, Blue Unicorn Boutique, is on Shopify. My wholesale site, Blue Unicorn Wholesale, is on WordPress with WooCommerce. Shopify is, I didn't know Shopify until my Amazon account was put into the red zone with that guy who's wanted a free bath mat, and that bad Black Friday, $6.54. That Saturday, I went over to Shopify not knowing anything, and I clicked a bunch of stuff, and I did it, and like 7 hours later, I had a Shopify site. That's not the same with WordPress with WooCommerce. So WordPress is a much more advanced and complicated and not as user-friendly as Shopify for people who know how to put up websites. I have coded, I was creating funnels in something called Front Page back in 2005. There was nothing like Shopify or WordPress or WooCommerce. I have had complicated websites built for me for $30,000 back in the day when none of these tools existed. So I have a background in knowing how to create a site in WordPress and WooCommerce. For an uninitiated, somebody who doesn't know and they just want to get up an e-commerce site, go Shopify. You can also outsource WordPress with WooCommerce. You can outsource it. But Shopify is kind of a plug and play everything without really having to know anything technology-wise. So there's reasons why I have my retail on Shopify and my wholesale on WooCommerce. It works for me. But if you're going to create a site, go Shopify. Just stick with Shopify. That was a long, involved answer. This is awesome, Barbara. I'm learning so much. I don't know who's saying that, but I'm glad you are. I know we're kind of outside of our wheelhouse of how to create a bundle, but all of this is related. If you're building a business, I could just tell you, put some things together, put it in a cute package, customize something, and you're done. But my wish for you guys is to leave this this time that we have together with maybe a bigger vision for what you want to do with the business. It's not just about creating a bundle. It's about identifying a passionate niche market and putting things in front of them that they really want or need. That's it. Oh, hey, Lara. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Because it says Facebook user, and I don't want to call you because there's one other Facebook user in here, and I don't want to misname you guys like I just did earlier. So hopefully this bundle challenge has maybe opened your eyes to thinking about what kind of business you want to build. If you just want to sell stuff on Amazon, that's cool. That's okay. Think bigger. I would just challenge you to think bigger. If you're going to do the work to identify a passionate niche market, then why not go all in? Create bundles for it, but then really get to know that market and start bringing other things to that market. Build it out. So you have something that's of value. Build an email list in that market, build a Facebook page, a Facebook group, Insta, and just start building that niche out to own it. Now you're creating something of value. So if Amazon shuts you down for whatever reason, you have something of value. Any other questions about anything that we've gone from Monday all the way through Friday? What else do we have? I'll stay on here as long as you guys are here. As long as Gizmo doesn't start chewing on my ankles. He's down here screaming at me. He did have a snack before I came on, though, so he's just being Gizmo, right? Gizmo. Mugs are so fragile. Oh, just starting with that. Like, what's the best way to wrap it to make it look nice so it doesn't break? So I use bubble wrap. That's it. I use bubble wrap. I don't have any finished ones here. There's a camper bundle. I'll show you the camper bundle. And this is how, let me show you how it organized. There's I don't know if you can see here. So see all these white boxes down there? Each one is a bundle concept that I'm working on. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you are. I hope, everybody talks about how to be an Amazon seller. I talk about how to be an e-commerce seller and build a business. And bundles is part of that. But it's not, if you understand a passionate niche market, you can do so much. Think about it. You could create a training on how to train a miniature pig. You could create a course, how to train your miniature pig. If you're in the miniature pig market and you're creating bundles for it, and now you've got a Facebook group that you're creating with all these miniature pig people showing pictures and talking about their miniature pigs and asking questions and describing the problems they have, you start building a course on how to train your miniature pig. All because we did the work 3 days ago on identifying a niche market. It opens up so many possibilities. I know I just dumped that on you, but think bigger. Okay, so camper bundle. This is the real life process of, let me see how things fit in a box. Let me grab a box I think is going to fit my bundle, and I make it, and then I start putting things in here. There's the camper bundle. It's not finished out, but these I put the pieces in here just to make sure that they fit. Now I'll show you what the camper bundle looks like. You want to see? There you go. Down here like this. Let's get rid of this here. Yeah. Okay. So mug. But you notice it's not just any mug. It's a camper mug, and inside it has a little saying. It says, "Home is where you park it." Right in there. Because I like mugs that are different. And it's kind of a three-dimensional mug. Like the little headlights are three-dimensional. It's so cute. Look at this. Think of all the keywords. Let's practice. What keywords am I going after? Camper, RV, mid-century modern, vintage, retro. Think of it. Now I've got some socks, but look at the colors. Fluffy socks, not just socks, fluffy socks. And that goes. Boom. And then because everybody who's a camper also likes gnomes, that's a little gnome that they can put on the dashboard of their camper as their little mascot as they're driving. Okay. Boom. And then a koozie, Camp More, stress less. Look at the colors. Still in the color zone. And then that little extra. So here's how I get there. You ready? Let's unpack this. Who would buy this and why? This lady, she's retired. She has raised her kids. She has done her job. And now she has bought herself a vintage camper that she personally renovated. And she just drives around enjoying her life with her little Yorkie, right? And she loves wine and she loves coffee and she loves hanging out in nature, sitting outside of her camper, where she sets up camp and she puts out like a little flamingo in the yard, and she's got a little 1960s, a little vintage. You remember the little table and chair set with the webbing that your grandma used to have, right? She's got one of those out there, and she's sitting there with her feet up and her Yorkie next to her, wearing the Yorkie's got little hair in a bow, and the Yorkie's wearing a cute little outfit, and she's in this beautiful nature environment, sipping her coffee with her socks on, and she wants to journal about her day. You knew these were coming back, right? She's writing in her journal. And look, we have matches the colors. We have a pen with the colors, with the green book. And then I will heat press on this one of those camping related heat press designs that I bought on Temu. So this is a perfect example of a passionate niche market and all the things I would bundle with it as I am imagining this person who's buying this bundle or getting as a gift is using it. I am in her shoes, imagining what she is doing during her day. This thing is going on her dashboard, right? She's sitting and drinking her coffee with her socks on while she journals. And then during the day when she's driving and she's got that can of Coke that's dripping water down, she's going to put this guy on it, right? As she's driving during the day, pulling her camper. And then that little extra, one more, there's two more. This can go on her rear view mirror. And then finally, what do you need when you're taking off with you got your camper hooked up, you got everything put away, and you get in the truck and you go to do what? What do? To drive away? What do you do? What do you got in your hand? Somebody put it in there. Somebody put it in the chat. I'll wait. You're putting the what in the ignition? Keys. I know you guys are getting. Thank you. So of course you need a key ring. Notice the colors again. This is a great bundle and it has a breakable in it, but there's room enough to answer your question that we started with. This is breakable, but this is going in bubble wrap. And because there's plenty of room in this box, I have room for the bubble wrap. And there's all different sized boxes. So if you have a bigger mug, you can get a box that's taller. Do I have a taller box here? I have one of my boxes is a taller box. Oh, here we go. This is one of my mug boxes. That's one of my mug boxes I would put a mug in. So I could put this bundle in this box too. Okay. So did you guys see how we started with Passionate Itch Market? And I really drew out a picture of this lady who is going to enjoy the products in this bundle. And then I built the bundle around walking through her day with her, walking through her experience as somebody who is a retired lady who loves glamping. It's called glamping, glamour camping. And you know that she's got a pet and that she loves gnomes, and she puts that little flamingo thing in front of the camper when she's sitting out there on this web chair that looked like her grandmother's from the 1960s. I painted a picture. Did you see that in your mind's eye? I know her so well that I can bring her other products like, how about a safety bundle for solo women glampers? It's got everything, you know, something to break the window, some mace spray, whatever, right? So now that I know her, I can bring other products to her because I know her so well. Everybody get that? Oh, sorry. Just had a cat come up here. I'm opening up this tab top box so you can see me. For the person who asked me about big box. Look at all that room in there so that I can put something breakable in there, but there's plenty of room to wrap it up. So if you're ever, here's a pro tip. If you're ever wondering, if you have something like a coffee mug that's breakable and you're wondering, how the heck am I going to package that so it doesn't break? I want you to go to Amazon or Etsy or Walmart or eBay, and I want you to buy a coffee mug. And I want you to see how it comes. I want you to see how they package it. And that'll give you ideas for packaging. That make sense? Oh my gosh, he tried to jump for freedom. Oh no. Back in here. You used to have a key ring like that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you have a key ring like that. So are you a camper? Are you a glamper? Do you glamp? I'm not sure if glamp is actually a verb, but I'm thinking we're going to make it one. That's very cute. I love the colors. See, I just fed into Lara. We're this, you know, it's our generation. This stuff is so cute. We think about, we want freedom. We don't, you don't want to be tied to like a desk for too long for the rest of our lives. And we have this vision of, I would love to buy an old camper that has great bones and it's a project and just make it my own. And it looks something like that mug in my mind's eye, right? So we see ourselves in that. And that's why we buy stuff like that, because the person who's putting together the bundle understands what tickles our fancy, you know, what plugs into our emotion. So I would need to buy one. They are $12.50 USD, maybe borrow one. A camper? Ooh, interesting. The vintage ones? Looking at big picture, mugs are so fragile. What's the best way to wrap it? Make it look nice so it doesn't break. Yeah, Vera, like I said, if you're stuck for ideas, after all that, go buy a mug from somewhere and have it shipped to you and see how they wrap it. Okay. Any other questions or comments or jokes or anything? Put them in the chat. I'm here for you. As I take another nibble of a York peppermint patty.
Miniature York peppermint patties. Any other comments? Or questions? Or concerns? Or maybe you're still a little bit of fuzzy on the identifying a passionate niche market. Put it in the chat. And then tonight, go play and start finding products. And start thinking about how you can not customize, but lock your bundle down so nobody can jump on it. And really, you only have that problem mostly on Amazon, or if you buy a coffee mug that everybody can get at Target, and you throw in a keychain that you've also bought at Target. That's not locking it down to competition. Think a little bit outside the box. So start building your bundles tonight and tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're going to dig into, and I'm also going to upload tomorrow. I didn't want to do it earlier because I didn't want you to jump ahead. I really was hoping for you to just get this process down, and then we'll talk about the Amazon terms of service in terms of listing. And I'm going to drop the interview with Jeff Schick tomorrow in the group. So I'm going to drop it during the morning so you can listen to it so that we can talk about it in the evening. You can listen to him and we can talk about it in the evening. And we identified 4 different types of bundles, and that you can list, and the different ways you would have to approach the listing of those 4 different types. And for those of you who don't want to create something from the ground up and you just want to put Lay's potato chips together with a bowl, we're going to tell you how to, within Amazon's current terms of service. He's going to tell you what the requirements are for being able to do that kind of bundle. You know, that's not the kind of bundling I teach because it's not sustainable over time. It's not, and it's very high risk. Easy, so everybody can do it, but it's not sustainable, especially if you're relying on Amazon's terms of service to remain stable, which they don't. So tomorrow we're going to dig into that. I know a lot of you were curious about that, and I kept pushing you off to tomorrow, so we're going to get to it tomorrow. But can you understand? Can you see now? Put a yes or no in the chat. Why it was so important that we focus these 5 days on understanding a passionate niche market, validating the market, looking for product in that market, and now finding ways to competition proof that bundle you're bringing to that market. Do you understand? Does it all kind of make sense and flow now to, I get it. This built on that, built on that, built on that. Hopefully you're all going to say yes, I hope. Definitely see all the value. Good. I'm glad, Caitlin. I'm really glad. Awesome. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being in here. If there are no other questions, I'm going to let you go about your Friday evening. And I'm going to go. Thank you, Agnes. Yes, Agnes says yes. I'm going to go and find some little extra thing to put with those beautiful agate bookends. Awesome training, Vera. Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate it. Wanted to decompress you guys tonight just a little bit because I've dropped so much information this week. So, and just give you a chance to ask questions tonight instead of dump a bunch of more training on you. So you can, I want to bring it full circle. I wanted you to bring it full circle tonight. So go do your work, go do some more research with the products that you want to put in your bundle, and ask questions in the group so we can all pile on and give you our ideas. Great training. Good. I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate that. What Boo's going to come. So it's actually a good timing because, this is Boo. This is my one of my 2 semi-ferals. Hey, Boo. Hey, Boo. My snarky cat. He has some emotional issues. Here we go. Good job. Yeah, we work on. Yeah. So he gets hangry. He's hungry and he gets hangry. Hi, Bubba. So he wants some food, and he's loving on me, but he's also giving me a little bit of a snark, and that's just his thing. And it's part of the fostering and rescuing animals. I like the hard luck cases because I can help them. They're not as easy as just going and adopting a kitten. It's like a fresh slate, but just a super, super sweet animal when he's not hungry.
Super sweet animal with me or with humans, not super sweet with other cats. So that's half the fun of it. If you rescue animals of any kind, you'll understand what I'm talking about. We have good moments, we have bad moments. Last question. Oh, Caitlin, yes. What are your thoughts on skincare bundles? I'm not sure what you mean. What are my thoughts on them? My initial reaction is so anything that is ingested, like supplements, or put on your skin, has higher risk level. So to mitigate that risk, what would you do? I would check into having an insurance rider for that kind of higher risk thing. If it's skincare, if it's something that goes on people's skin that could give them a rash, or for instance, I have an allergy. I have one food allergy. It's capsicum, which is an enzyme in the pepper plant. I cannot eat peppers. My heart stops. It's bad. So if you've ever had a sore muscle and you go and you buy that hot, icy thing and you put it on, there's actually capsaicin in that, which is from the enzyme capsicum from a pepper plant. If I put that on my skin, my heart will palpitate. It's bad. So if I don't read labels, I'm in trouble. That is an example of skincare bundles that in general may have some potential negative outcome to some people. So you're going to want to protect yourself. That is my first impression with skincare bundles. There are also a lot of lawsuits for false claims. So if you have a skincare product, and I'm being a devil's advocate here. Okay. I'm being a devil's advocate, telling you the worst case scenarios. All right. If you have a skincare product that is, let's say for women over 50 who need some gel to tighten up the skin under their eyes, real life, that's what I would like to do. And it causes a rash. I think I told you yesterday when we were looking at Howie's site that he had these under eye gel things that you put under, and he sent me a sample and I put them on and it stung because I have thin skin under my eyes and it stung. So you run into, and if you put in your listing or advertising or marketing or email or anything, any kind of medical claim, that could get you into trouble. I know a guy who went to jail because he made medical claims about something he was selling that was skincare. So these are the things to be aware of with skincare products. I would get an attorney who understands skincare e-commerce products to tell, so they can guide you through all of the potential. I know and then the flip side, a lot of money in skincare. A lot of money in skincare. So just be aware of, protect yourself. Get an attorney who understands skincare e-commerce products. That's it. Protect yourself. Do what you got to do. Get the right insurance rider, etc. I was thinking of face masks, under eye patches, but was worried exactly about. So the caveat is, I actually sell the face masks as part of Mother's Day bundles, and the ones that have like cream on it, and you put them on your face, and have not had problems. If you're talking about doing your own custom skincare line, that's more where I would really protect myself. But face masks is part of a larger, like a stress relief bundle for teachers or something like that. I would do that. I wouldn't do the under eye patches just because my experience with them is that they stung. And by the way, I tested the face masks that I have in there, the under eye patches, the bath bombs that I put in there, and the bath salts. I tested them all on myself. And Agnes, would you do the same safety precaution with food bundles? Oh gosh, if I was making my own food, there are so many. I don't even know what I know a guy who bags candy. He does candy, and he has to have a commercial kitchen. Everybody's in hairnets, and they're like FDA protocols, and I don't know what they are, but I know you have to have them. And again, you can make a lot of money in food bundles and actually white labeling. What I would do instead of manufacturing food bundles, if I were going to go down that road, first I would do high end. I wouldn't do like just basic consumer potatoes, whatever. I'm a foodie. So if you put together a bundle of anything with the truffle flavor, if you do truffle flavored snacks with oil spray that you can put on popcorn and all that, I would white label them. I would go to the suppliers of truffle mayonnaise. I just ran out. truffle mayonnaise, and I would go to the supplier and I'd say, not can I would like to put my brand on your truffle mayo. Do you white label things? And most of them will say yes. In fact, if you wanted a cookie dough, for example, if you go to Google right now and put white label cookies, see what comes up. You will find cookie manufacturers that will take their cookies and put your label on it. Same with coffee, soap, you name it. Most suppliers are going to have an option. It's okay. It's okay. To create a white label product for you that's their product with your label on it. I wouldn't manufacture my own food. I would do it that way because they have all the testing. They have all the FDA, everything they need. Certifications. Okay, my love. You're okay. Oh. Good job. Good job. So that's how I would approach food bundles. Because they have the FDA certifications and everything that's required and the safety in the kitchen. Hey, and he's misbehaving now. He's misbehaving. Yeah, these are great questions. Keep these coming. These are great questions. I had thought about doing a skincare line too, about white labeling skincare for women of a certain age. We all want to look younger and we all want to feel prettier, and we do. And there's just so much money in the beauty market. So I'd consider it. It's just a time thing. I have all this other stuff. Maybe when I sell my business, I'll create my own skincare line. I might. And it might be one for, for women with sensitive skin. It won't just be a skincare line. It'll be a skincare line for women over the age of 50 with sensitive skin. There's the niche. It's not just a skincare line. So if you're going to do it, niche it down like that. Any other questions? These are great questions. Keep them coming. I'm not itching to get off the phone or anything. Keep them coming. If there's questions that you're thinking about in the back of your head, you got me now. Take advantage. As I take another bite of peppermint patty. Can you talk a little more? Sorry, buddy. About reviewing the competition and their ranking and reviews. Yeah, I don't actually look at the ranking and reviews so much. So when reviewing the competition, and remember the definition of competition is, I'm going to let you guys answer this. What is the definition of competition in my world? Is it someone selling bundles? Or tell me what it is. Put it in the chat. This is the interactive part promised you guys we'd be doing. Because when you tell me the answer to a question that we've learned, it helps solidify it in your head. What's competition? What is the definition of competition? Anybody who's trying to catch the eye of your ideal customer. Boom. Yay. Yay, we're going to do a little unicorn mask. Woohoo. Okay, great job. So, can you talk a little bit about reviewing the So, what I look for is, I don't look at the individual competitors, and I don't click through all of them. I look at the picture. I look at the landscape of how many people are selling stuff to this ideal market. If I am somebody typing in birthday gift for wine lovers for a woman who's turning 50, I want to look at the relevant search results. So if something comes up like a stuffed teddy bear, it's not something I'm going to buy as that buyer looking for a gift for a friend who's turning 50 who likes wine. So I look at the relevant search results. So what products are coming up that I would actually want to buy if I was the person typing in that I want to buy the product you're trying to sell them. And then of the relevant search results, I would see, I have that plugin. I think it's Rev ROI that gives me just a quick look on the search results page of what the rank is. So if the ranks are in general 1 million, I'm like,
that means not a whole lot of stuff is selling to this market. That's like a little red flag. But if the ranks are like sub 50,000 in that category, and there's a bunch of 16,000 and 2,000s and 23s, like, wow, people are buying from these sellers in this category, in this niche that we're going after. They're buying. Okay, so that's one piece of information. Then I look at how many of these are sponsored ads. If the first 2 pages are all sponsored, that means they're paying to be there. That's a red flag. It means I'm going to have to pay to be there too. But if a lot of that is organic, like I can rank for that. If the first top 4 search results are sponsored and the rest are organic, and the organic ones are like, yeah, not a whole lot. Yeah, just, but there's no bundles in there. I can pop my bundle. I can get my bundle in there organically. So those are the metrics that I look at, but it's not how many specifically are there. It's more looking at the landscape of page 1 of search results. Does that make sense? And I don't really look at the reviews so much, other than to see, as I'm building out a bundle, I want to see what individual products are, maybe what they're lacking, that people are saying, oh, but I'd like to see more of this. I'd really wish it has had a keychain or whatever. Does that answer your question, Caitlin? Anybody who's trying to catch it right? Okay. Charmel, someone selling similar bundles. No. Charmel, look at Caitlin's answer. The definition of competition is anybody who is offering any product on the search results page when your ideal customer types in what they're searching for to buy, what problem they're trying to solve, what kind of product they want to buy. Anybody who's putting a product in front of them, no matter if the product is an individual or a bundle, anybody who's trying to get the money of that person typing in, that is your competition. And quite often there are no bundles in that. Anybody who's trying to get the money out of the pocket of the person who's typing in what the search term that you're looking to get your bundle in front of. Okay, I want to make sure you get this down, Sharma. This is really important. A competition has nothing to do with bundles. It has to do with who is getting in front of the eyeballs of your ideal customer. Agnes, any product that has similar items in your bundles. Exactly. Well, yes, that's one way of putting it. But remember, we're not looking at individual items. We're looking at, let's say somebody types in mini pig adoption, to use one of the examples from one of you folks, mini pig adoption kit. And up comes a pair of socks with pigs on it. And up comes a birdhouse with pigs on it. And up comes a koozie with pigs on it. I don't care about the product so much. I want to see what's happening when my buyer, my ideal buyer, is typing in what I want them to buy from me, when they're typing in, what comes up for them. And if they get a feeling of, well, none of this really is what I'm looking for, that's a blue ocean. That is like perfect scenario for me to get a bundle on there that makes them say, remember this? Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. So I like it when there are products in there that are like individual products, but it doesn't make my ideal buyer say, shut up and take my money. It just leaves them feeling like, man, I didn't really find what I wanted. That's a perfect scenario for us to create a bundle for. Whether or not it has any of those individual items in it is irrelevant, because the items that are being fed up in a search result might have nothing to do with what solves their problem or feeds their passion. So you don't take the individual items that come up when somebody searches for something. You don't say, I'm going to bundle that, and that just because they come up, because that's product centric, and we create bundles from a customer centric standpoint. Hopefully it'll start clicking for you. I promise you it'll start clicking for you. Just keep going, keep practicing, keep asking questions, keep posting in the group to get your questions answered for the next couple of days, asking for clarification so that you really get this foundation down. This is the bottom of the pyramid, right, that we talked about. The bottom of the pyramid is all about understanding your target market, and then doing your research, and then creating the listing. So once you have that pyramid, that bottom of the pyramid down, where you really start understanding customer-centric approach to product creation, whether it's a bundle or an individual product,
doesn't matter. It's all about understanding a passionate niche market and then bringing stuff to them that they want that they can't find in the form of a bundle. Does that make sense? Oops, I heard another one. Oh, they're all coming in here now. I'm gonna say hi to some others. What is your opinion on sponsored ads? Getting really pricey on Amazon. Whoops. Hi, Nug. Yeah. Getting really pricey on Amazon, which is why I like Facebook ads. I like driving traffic outside of Amazon to my listings because it's just getting so competitive on Amazon. So Amazon's doing a lot of things with sponsored ads in the past few years that totally benefits them and not us as sellers, nor the customer. Doesn't benefit the customer either. So if you go to any item page, Amazon will have their own products on that page. And you know they don't pay themselves for the sponsored ads, right? So it's such a noisy marketplace now, or ad space now. Everywhere you go on Amazon, there's ads at the top, there's ads at the side, there's ads on the bottom, there's everywhere. So if I drive my own traffic directly to my listing on Amazon, but in between I capture an email address, that's a win-win situation for me. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm not saying don't do sponsored ads, but make sure you got a budget for it. There are other ways to drive traffic to your listing, is what I was trying to say. In a nutshell, there are all kinds of ways to drive traffic to your listing that do not involve Amazon pay-per-click. This is he's my semi-feral. He touched me. This is big. He's the one, remember yesterday I was talking about how the kittens, I kept them because they were emotional support cats to Nugget. Oh, this is Nugget. He's letting me hold him, but his tail's going. Oh, yeah, here he goes. He might bite me. Yeah, he's got his claws on me now. So he is my semi-feral who wouldn't even look me in the eye for 5 months until the kittens came along, and now he's a little bit more affectionate. So the kittens are his emotional support kittens. I can tell he's tensing up, so let me put him down. Good job, buddy. Good job. Rehabilitating unsocialized animals is an art form. It's an art form. He's doing so good, though. Okay. Anyway, you've met almost all of them. Hey, Spice! Spice! You haven't met No Ears. I don't think you've met Spice yet. What else? Any other questions? Here we go. Haha, the countdown begins for him to say no. Yeah, the first year together, I couldn't pick him up. I could barely touch him without him biting. But then the kittens came along and just changed his world. He became more confident and calmer and more loving. And now he'll ask for affection, which he did. He came up and he touched me. That's about what he's comfortable with right now, unless he's tired. And then he will occasionally come sleep on my lap. And it's just so special when that happens, when you have an animal who's had some kind of trauma. You don't know what it is, especially if if you've rescued them. And it's just a matter of having a lot of patience, consistency, structure, pushback. I don't let him get away with, if he tries to bite me, we have a 3-step process for him and Boo, my black cat. They're the two that have emotional issues. And one is I put him in that hold that he can't do anything. And I wait until he relaxes, and then I put him down. And then I put my fingers on the back of his neck. I don't press. I just put my fingers and I snap my fingers so that he'll release down with his paws in front. And then if they still don't calm down, they get a timeout for 10 minutes. They get put in the master bedroom. And the whole way, Boo knows he's going. He will be throwing a fit. I put him in there. He takes about 3 minutes to calm down. And then I open the door and he's rubbing against me and loving on me. It's just, maybe it's the equivalent of like a cat Tourette syndrome, and I'm not making a joke about this. Some animals just you got to have that structure when they, it's like a kid. It's like a toddler, but a toddler who has maybe developmental stuff going on emotionally, and they never grow out of it. What are the biggest characteristics of a successful bundles that you see that they make the customer say, shut up and take my money? That's it. They solve a problem. They feed a passion, one or the other or both. That's it. Think of it from the customer standpoint. You are a customer.
I'm going to put the customer hat on you. Let's put a customer hat on you. Wait for it. La, 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 la. Thank you. I have one of those. All right. You are a customer who likes hot dogs. There's your hot dog hat. You are the customer. Zing, you're the customer. And you go to get condiments because you are having a hot dog party with your best friends, and you're going to grill hot dogs, and you're going to have all kinds of things on it, like weird stuff, and some chili and some onions and some salsa and some pickle stuff. What is that? Relish and truffle mayonnaise, which I would put on a hot dog, right? You are the customer, and you pull up hot dog condiments. When you look at the search results, whatever catches your eye as a bundle of this solves all of my problems, I just have to click buy now with this one bundle of all of these condiments. What do you think the characteristics are of that bundle? That it makes you, as the hey boo, hot dog party lover, say, shut up and take my money. It solves the problem and feeds the passion of your passionate niche market, of your niche market. That make sense? Sorry, successful bundle sellers. Same thing. It's not about being a bundle seller. What are the biggest characteristics of successful bundle seller? The question is, what are the characteristics of a successful e-commerce seller? Has nothing to do with whether you're selling an individual product or a bundle. Successful sellers problem solve. Successful sellers, when they get caught on something or they can't figure something out, they go figure it out. They make it happen. They figure it out. They stick with it. They don't give up. They persevere. They solve the problem. And if one way of solving a problem doesn't work, they find another way and another until it's solved. Perseverance and consistency. It is so easy. Let's talk turkey as a business owner, small business owner. Man, some days are hard. And some days you're like, man, I've been here several times where I've sat and asked myself this question. And when I say sat, I mean literally I have this lounge chair that has like massage rollers on it for my lower back that I'm always having problems with. And usually it's right after I have hurt my back again. And right now I'm on my left foot because my back hurts because I lifted something wrong a couple of days ago. It's my fault. And it's usually when I'm in that situation and I'm overwhelmed and I'm tired and I hurt that I sit on this lounge chair and I ask myself, what would the number have to be on a check to make me hand the keys over to my warehouses and give them everything and walk away? I have considered this multiple times. And it happens. As business owners, sometimes we just have days that we're like, I so am over this. How many of you with some kind of raised hand, put a 1 in the chat, have ever had any thoughts like, I'm just done as a business owner? This is normal. So persevering through that, and also when you reach that point, don't discount it to yourself. Oh, you're being unreasonable. No, just be there and, either have a glass of wine, get a good night's sleep. I put bee drops under my tongue, and then I'll start doing breathing if I'm having anxiety, and I'll put on a Disney movie or something, and I'll have this little routine that helps me just stop, just stop. And then the next day I feel a bit better, and my brain is now back to thinking like a business person instead of just thinking about throwing in the towel. So just step 2 would be allowing myself to be there when I'm feeling like, so just burnt out, just allowing that for a little bit, but not living there, and then cycling back around and having a little kind of a little ritual, whatever your ritual is. I have a little ritual that I go through when I'm feeling that way, and I let myself be there for not even a day, a night, and then I get back to it again.
I would say those are persistence and self-care are, and just not giving up and consistency. Just keep moving forward every day. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. This is my mantra. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. That's what makes a successful. I mean, that's simplifying it. Those are key foundation things that I think make a successful business person. And stop listening to negativity outside. God, all these Facebook groups. They just have this negative bias and they're complaining. Complaining is not a business strategy. That's another thing I have a post-it note next to my coffee pot. Complaining is not a business strategy. You're going to have problems. Then get back to it. Create a plan. Figure it out. Brainstorm. Ask questions. Stuff's going to happen. Don't go on social media and, pardon me, bitch and moan about it, whatever the problem is, because that's wasted energy that could be used to solve the problem. Outstanding. Okay, hopefully I answered that, Caitlin. That was more higher, level of being a business owner. Has nothing to do with bundling. When you look at a page on Amazon, Agnes asks, how many individual bundles would you consider too much competition for your similar bundle? Agnes, I do not consider other bundles competition. What is competition on Amazon? What is the definition of competition? So competition is anybody trying to sell something to my target market. Something. Individual listing, bundle, doesn't matter. If someone is ranking, getting in front of the eyeballs of my ideal customer, they are my competition. So whether it's a bundle or an individual product is irrelevant to me. So let's reword this to how many products would you consider too much competition for your similar bundle? I wish I could give you a number. It's more a feel of, because if the perceived value from the customer standpoint of the things that are coming up in the search results are like, meh, I wouldn't want that. No, why would I buy that? I have no competition because my bundle, boom, right in front of those products that do not float their boat will sell because I'm answering, like I'm meeting their need. So it could be 100 items, getting in front of somebody who's searching for something, but none of those items are selling to them because they haven't properly done their market research and they don't understand the customer of what they're typing in. They don't understand what we've learned this week about passionate niche markets. It doesn't matter how many products are there because I can still blow them out of the water because when we create a bundle, we know now how to touch their emotional buttons so they will want our product. Caitlin says preach. Yeah, it was a little bit outside of the bundling, but you asked. So all these people who post on, you've seen them. They post on social media about how great their life is and they're driving a Lamborghini and they've got this beautiful spouse and they've got, all this stuff to present this unrealistic view. I guarantee you they have days. I guarantee you they have problems, bigger problems than people who aren't maybe where they are successful in success. Well, and just because you show a nice house and a Lamborghini doesn't mean that you aren't completely upside down in debt, right? So I take all of that with a grain of salt. It means nothing. Watch the people who are real, who tell you, man, I'm having a bad day. I lost my cat. I have a cat passed away last Monday. This is real. This happens. And it affected my business because it affected my heart and my spirit, right? This is real and it's going to happen in life. Stuff like this is going to happen to you in life. There's going to be down days. It's not all going to be roses and unicorns. Stuff happens. It's how you react to it and how you bounce back from it that it makes a difference. Yeah, when you're in real estate. I'm not even tell you how much I lost during the crash. Everything. All gone. $500,000 gone upside down. Yeah. We've all been there, but I bounced back. You bounced back, especially with RA price tanking, Vera. I'm RA sometimes used to be during fourth quarter. I would toss in some RA for fun because it was fun to shop and it was fun to go to the big box stores during fourth quarter. I'm kind of over that now. I still occasionally, I can't help it. It's like this knee jerk action. I walk into a retail store for something and there's a clearance section. I just can't help it. I go over there. But I don't know. I don't do RA anymore unless I'm specifically looking for, if I find a bundle product like coffee mugs from Walmart for $3.96. I suppose that's RA, but they're going in a bundle. Such good advice, Vera. Agnes, I grew up with an entrepreneurial mom. Very cool. She always said that she will sleep her problem, and the next morning, her fresh mind can always find a solution. Isn't that odd? Yeah, and I know when I'm done, like Saturday. I was done. Honey Bunny died Monday. Tuesday, I had to take her to the crematorium, and boy, it was just, I was numb. I was numb from crying. I mean, I was completely just numb. And I powered through the week. And then when Saturday came, I was at the warehouse and I'm setting up the warehouse sale, and I just felt heavy. I don't know if that makes sense. I just felt like weather was beautiful. I'm like, wait, there's nobody telling me I need to be here. I don't need to have the sale set up today. I'm already 4 days late setting it up. There's nothing I can do today that's going to, like, I can't hold the sale today, right? So how about I just shut the door? And I went, I drove to my favorite pizza place, and I walked around like Ross, and I just fed my soul. I did nothing and everything and nothing. I drove. Driving helps me, right? And I did a little shopping, and I just relaxed. I gave myself me time. And then Sunday, I cleaned the house. Like, I just redid everything. Not clean out. Like, I reorganized stuff. I put some pretty pillows up, and fed my soul by nesting a little bit. And that was what I needed. Right? So, kind of like your mom said, that sleep on your problem, but you have to know. Like, yeah, I pushed through for a few days, but when Saturday hit, I knew that I needed to do something for me. Like, I needed just to not be in the house, not be in the warehouse, not be in the office, not be anywhere, just to go out in nature and refresh. Hit the reset button. I want you to honor that when that happens to you, and it will happen to you as a business owner, as a parent, as anything that will happen to you. Honor that when you reach that point, or you're going to have mental health issues. You're going to melt down. You're going to, whatever. Just take care of yourselves, ladies. You're all ladies in here, right? We're all girls in here. Ian's not in here. Any last minute thoughts as we're talking about high level, how to navigate being an entrepreneur? Looking forward to hearing your input. Anybody else want to chime in? Kind of went sideways on this, but I'm okay with that. Any other thoughts or questions I can help you with? Should I go feed the cats? Oh, would you like to see Spice? Yes, Gizmo. Spice showed up about a year ago with Honey Bunny. They were out there, buddies, and Spice had no ears, and his ears were, he just had ooze coming out of them. And summer hit last year, and he was so friendly. He was always trying to get in the house, and he had scratched his ears so much during the time he had been somebody had thrown him out because he was absolutely tame, wanted to be in a house, and he had such an infection in his ears that he had shredded them, and they just closed in on themselves like this. And that's how he ended up on my back patio. They had healed to the point where they were closed in, but the infection was still in there. And summer hit, and he was sitting on the ledge, looking in the kitchen window, with his mouth open, panting, drooling, and pus coming out of his ears. Sorry about the visual. And that was it. I was like, I have 5 cats, and I didn't even think about it. Like, I didn't know I was going to adopt him, but it was definitely, I got him in. I snagged him in. I got him taken care of. Didn't know if he needed surgery or not. Nursed him back to health with the help of course, his vet with the stuff. And he was such a sweetheart. As I'm like, sticking things in his ears and cleaning them out and squeezing things, not once did he bite or scratch. He was just grateful to have a home, and he fit in immediately with the others, except for Boo, who likes to beat up everybody. And he right away, pretty fast, he put on some weight because he was just happy to eat again without fighting for it. And this is Spice. Hi, Bubba's. Oh, you good boys. Oh, you good boys. Oh, you good boys. This is Spice, man. That's Spice. Oh, you good baby. Oh, he's just purring away. See? His ears will never grow back. It's cartilage. Like if you were to cut your ears off, they'd never come back because it's cartilage. But he did not need an operation, and his hearing is fine. And he is part of our family. Okay, love. There you go. So that's the brood. This is Nugget. That's my brood. Oh, he's a good boy. Good job. Any other questions now that you've met my brood? Any other animal lovers in here? I bet you all are. That's a silly thing to say. Who doesn't love animals? Any other rescuers in here? Any other people who rescue animals? That's a different breed. Not for the faint of heart. I'll post in the group tomorrow if I end up getting those bath stuff from him. Just rescued a pit bull, Caitlin. Bless your heart. I rescued somebody else's, my neighbor's dog, when he went to the hospital unexpectedly. But I've never actually rescued a dog and kept it, or so that's really cool. That's really cool. Congratulations. Thank you for rescuing. Any other questions? I don't know how many people are left on here, but I promised I'd stay until you were done asking. Anybody else? Whoops. Cat fur. Yeah. Lots of cat fur. Oh my God. Good grief. Any other questions, guys? Okay, so if we're done with questions, say goodnight in the chat so I'm not like cutting this off with you guys typing in other questions. So I know that we're done. And then again tomorrow, look forward to digging into how to create listings within Amazon's terms of service. There we go. Caitlin says goodnight. Good stuff. And if there's anything else in your heart that you want to ask about, put it in the group and I'll be in the group. Oh, Agnes says, my mom and my whole family rescues cats. It's funny how they find our house all the time. They must know who loves them. I truly believe, what is that called? The cat distribution system. I was the first person in my family as a kid that the cats would just, they'd find me. Animals, birds, animals would find me. I think it's an energetic thing. I think they know where they're going to be safe, is my guess. There's two ferals outside, Peaches and Blackie, who they're tipped. They're TNR. They're fixed. Blackie, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl because it's got a broken tail that never goes up. And I will care for them until they're no longer there. And they'll never be pets. They'll never be socialized. But it's kind of like, I don't know. What does it cost me to do that? And just giving them a safe space to land. You know what I mean? Night, and thank you. You're welcome, Facebook user. I took in 2 stray cats, but our cat didn't like them. My family called me the crazy cat later too. Yeah, we have some. Boo has some issues with the other cat. Everybody else is fine together, but Boo creates drama. But it's all good. Love them anyway. Thank you, folks, and I will see you in the group, and I will see you tomorrow as well. Bye. Have a good night.